Chapter 2501. When Chen Shang was sucked in, his heart was in shock. He was worried that he would not be able to get out if he was trapped inside, but after he went in, he was not as scary as he imagined. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" His voice was very old, and even though he was asking Chen Shang, his tone was very gentle. Chen Shang was currently in a space that was completely white in all directions, so he couldn't see anything. "I am looking for you, senior. My father is Shen Tianyu." Chen Shang replied, "He's very worried about you right now." "Oh, Tianhu's son, I do know that you actually have the means to find this place. It truly isn't simple." The old voice was filled with excitement and surprise. "Senior, how is your current situation?" Chen Shang asked. Now he was sure that the voice belonged to the island spirit. "Not good. I'm going to die." The island spirit sighed. "How is your father and the rest?" "Something happened in the earth spirit world that he was in." Chen Shang then briefly told the island spirit about the situation. After knowing that Chen Shang had come here and killed the world king and the others, the island spirit felt a lot more at ease. "I am truly sorry for them. I did not protect them properly," island spirit said guiltily. "It doesn't matter. They will definitely understand you." Chen Shang asked, "Senior, why would there be poison rain on this island?" "It's a punishment," island spirit sighed. "At that time, there was also a mysterious existence that told me about this. He told me to prepare in advance." "Why should I punish you?" Chen Shang had thought that he had discovered the island spirit himself. He never expected that someone would actually be the one to tell him about it. "Because I am a special existence, that person told me that because I have the potential to escape the constraints of the natural law principles, he would kill me in advance and seal me in place." The island spirit replied, "That's why such a thing happened on this island." Chen Shang thought of Sha Bailing and the other two cities. Could it be that those three cities were also existences like this? "Senior, if I remove all the death poison on the surface of the island, would you be fine?" Chen Shang said, "Will that guy find out again? If it can be completely eliminated, of course I would be curious. Right now, because of the death poison covering the surface, I am unable to absorb the Dao Qi of the heaven and earth. However, the core of the island is constantly consuming energy." The island spirit said, "You have a way to get rid of it." Chen Shang released a bit of flame and said, "Senior, please see if the flame in my hand can burn the poison to death away." Chen Shang was currently releasing the flames of creation. "I am also quite familiar with flames. Although I have never seen this kind of flame before, it gives me a very familiar feeling, and it is also very strong. However, your current cultivation is too low. If you were a little stronger, this kind of flame should still have a chance to strengthen." Island spirit was also very surprised after sensing the flame in Chen Zhang's palm. Chen Shang was only at the 10th stage of the Dao Dan realm, so he felt that it might be a lot better if he stepped into it. "I'm cultivating here right now. If I break through again, I'll try the surface," Chen Shang said. If this kind of death poison was removed, then this island could be reborn. "Alright, if you need any help with your cultivation, you can ask me," the island spirit said. Chen Shang ate a few Shengdaodan. The Shengdaodan had a lot of use to him now. "Sister Bai Ling, the city that you and Azure Sky City were in back then shouldn't be any ordinary city, right?" Chen Shang asked. The island spirit also said just now that this island has a lot of potential for growth, so it will be able to break through the restrictions of the ancient code in the future. "Well, I'm not too sure either. In short, the people in our city all knew how to use the power of law. They knew how to use it since they were young." Sha Bailing said, "We are a strange race." Chen Shang couldn't even speak. This kind of city was pretty scary. After all, not many people had mastered the power of the ancient code since they were young, but Sha Bailing and the others who lived in a city all had this kind of special power. Void and Azure Sun City are similar. They are both relatively abnormal races. It is indeed possible for us to break through the limitations of the ancient code and not be restricted by the current natural law principles. Sha Bailing said again, "As for this island, I don't see any difference." Chen Shang also felt the same way. If one said that this island was special, then it was probably because it was not restricted by space, and the island was an independent existence after the fusion of two eras. Could it be that it was because of this that they were punished? Then who was the one who informed the island spirit that they were going to be punished? "Island spirit, do you know why this island was punished?" Chen Shang asked. "I'm not too sure either. Maybe it's because I suddenly acquired a special power." At that time, I felt that I could control this island and teleport, and I also absorbed a lot of natural Dao Qi. Also, I can also control the rapid growth of plants on this island, and in a short period of time, I'll be able to mature many medicinal herbs. The island spirit said. Chen Shang was shocked. This ability was truly heaven-defying. He now knew the reason behind this island's punishment. If this continued, the creatures on this island would become extremely powerful, and this island would become even more powerful. At that time, they would be free from the restrictions of the heavenly Tao. In that case, little scoundrel, you have to be careful yourself. Sha Bailing said in a low voice, I feel that not too long in the future, you might also trigger this kind of bottom line, and then you will be punished. Chen Shang snorted, if it's a poisonous rain, then come at me, I'm not afraid. Sha Bailing said, looks like our punishments are all part of the will of heaven, ha. Senior, have you seen the person who sent the message to you before? Chen Shang asked. He suddenly guessed that someone might be sent a message by the island spirit. Yes, he appeared here all of a sudden. I'll release his image. After island spirit finished speaking, he released a figure in front of Chen Shang. Seeing this figure, Chen Shang was not surprised at all, because he had already guessed that it was this person. It really is him. Chen Shang looked at the old man in front of him. Who is he? You know him? Sha Bailing immediately asked, and island spirit also asked. His name is Natural Law Divine Spirit, and he is a very weak fellow. I have helped him enormously. However, he is also a pretty good person. Chen Shang sighed, looks like I have to ask him next time, I just don't know how to find him. The Natural Law Divine Spirit was also a very special existence. It could be said that he was a servant of the heavenly Tao, but he was too weak. Chapter 2502. Right now, Chen Shang only wanted to quickly purge the poison from the island so that his father could appear on the ground again. However, he was a little worried, if the poison was purged, then would he be able to appear again in the future? Of course, if he wanted to know the truth, he had to ask Natural Law Divine Spirit. Currently, he only had the cultivation of the 10th stage of the Spirit Tao Pill. He needed to enter the Tao Po realm to be able to strengthen the world creation flames, and only then would he be able to remove the deadly poison. Stepping into the Tao Po realm meant transforming the bones within one's body into a Tao soul, becoming an even more powerful existence. And the Tao Dan realm before, was transforming the divine deity into a Tao core. After transforming into a spirit, it also meant that Chen Zhang's body would become even stronger, and when using the Tao Yuan immortal power, he could release even more of it in an instant, and he could also borrow even more when borrowing the power of the heavenly Tao. After eating a few Shengdao Dan, he quietly entered into a state of cultivation. It was currently very quiet inside, the island spirit did not disturb him, and only watched quietly. With regards to Chen Shang coming here and doing so many things, island spirit was pleasantly surprised, because this was his only hope at the moment. Previously, he had carried a death wish, but now, he had seen a glimmer of hope. Chen Shang could feel a slight change in his body while he was unknowingly cultivating. The bones that were originally in various parts of his body were now gradually emitting a warm energy, causing the parts of his body that had bones to itch. This was a sign that he was in the process of transforming. If he succeeded, the bones in his body would have completely turned into a Tao soul. After a few days, Chen Zhang's skin started to exude oily black impurities. He never thought that after his own body stepped into the Tao Po realm, it would actually have such a huge improvement. My body is stronger now. Chen Shang clenched his fists tightly, his body felt as if it had been struck by iron, and when he was channeling the Tao Yuan immortal power in his body, after his Tao spirit transformed and raised, he became even stronger, several times stronger than before. The Tao Po realm is the result of your bones being raised. Your current situation is pretty good, if you were to use that flame again, you should be able to purge the deadly poison from your body. Island Spirit laughed. Chen Shang immediately released the creation flames, and the Tao Yuan immortal power that surged out of the divine sense C immediately became much stronger after being converted by his Tao soul. Right now, your Tao Po realm is at the first level. If it's at the second level, the number of Tao Yuan immortal power transformed by your Tao soul will double. Island Spirit continued, from the looks of it, although you have just entered the Tao Po realm, your strength is much stronger than ordinary Tao Po realm. Chen Shang laughed, Senior, is my fire can really deal with the poison now? Go and give it a try. I'm not sure either. If that's not possible, you can only continue to cultivate. If it is possible, that would be for the best. Island Spirit said, do you want me to send you up? Alright, then send me up. Chen Shang nodded, he was already impatient to try. This death poison seemed to be an extremely serious punishment, but it was nothing to him. Not only was it unable to poison him, he could also remove and dissolve it. Although the island spirit was weak right now, it was still very easy to bring Chen Shang to the surface. After all, he was the spirit of this island and had once ruled over it. In the blink of an eye, Chen Shang was on the ground. At the moment, the entire place was filled with the black death poison. It was filled with death aura, the cold wind was blowing, the poison had already engulfed all of the god machines on the ground, and the death poison could not find anything capable of devouring either, it continued to float around. The most powerful part of this deadly poison is its ability to quickly absorb energy. Chen Shang threw a rock. When the deadly poison sensed that there was energy inside the rock, it immediately floated over and covered the entire rock. The stone turned into black ashes after being enveloped by the black gas for a few moments. The energy within the stone was absorbed, and the remnants of the stone turned into black death poison. It is indeed terrifying. If just a little bit of it is leaked out, the outside world will be quickly submerged by this deadly poison. Chen Shang took in a breath of cold air. He had grabbed a handful of death poison with his hand, he also felt that his body was unfathomable. Such a terrifying death poison was actually unable to do anything to his body. Chen Shang looked at the black death poison in his palm, and with a thought, a flame appeared in his palm. The death poison immediately turned white, and disappeared into a mist. Success! Chen Shang was immediately overjoyed. Then, he released a large amount of creation flames to burn the pool of dead poison in front of him and quickly dispelled it. It was just that originally, it was all water there, but now that the dead poison had been purged from his body, it was only a dried-up pit. It really succeeded. This sort of flame is really strange. Sha Bailing was also ecstatic. If it was any ordinary flame that was being burned, most of it would have been engulfed. Chen Zhang's flames were emitted from the Chuangshi God furnace, and this type of flame could purify everything. It was said that when the world was created, this type of flame was used to refine all living things, and this type of flame could also burn and destroy all living things. Following that, Chen Shang flew above the island, continuously sending down balls after balls of creational flames, and even turning the flames into a rain of fire to rain down, to burn the death poison on the ground. This island was not small. If Chen Shang wanted to completely eliminate the death poison on it, it would not be easy either, it would need a lot of time. Was worried about this previously, but now, seeing the deathly poison being afraid of the aura of the creation flame, he felt at ease. It took him a full 3 months to burn the entire island. The island that was initially shrouded in darkness could see the bright sunlight and land sky. Although the entire island was still charred black, it seemed to be filled with more vitality than before, and was no longer lifeless. The deadly poison should have been eliminated by now. Chen Shang was flying above the island. Although the deadly poison had been eliminated, the island was still constantly moving, so it was a difficult problem to stop the island. He had no choice, it might need a very powerful force to do so. However, this was not bad. At the very least, others could not easily land on this island. Senior, can you hear my voice? Chen Shang shouted from the sky above the island. Yes, you did. Island Spirit's voice was very agitated. The island that had been corroded by this deadly poison for many years had finally seen daylight once more, and Island Spirit had quickly recovered. Chen Shang could also feel it now. The sunlight contained the heavenly energy, and after it shone onto the ground, it was quickly being absorbed. Now that the island was no longer corroded, and the Island Spirit was able to quickly absorb the energy of heaven and earth, he could quickly bring the island back to life. How is Earth Spirit World? Chen Shang had already left the Earth Spirit World for a long time, he did not know how they were doing. Chapter 2503. All the rankers in Earth Spirit World were killed by Chen Shang, so Chen Shang was not too worried that Shen Tianyu and the rest were in danger. If everything went well, the people in the Earth Spirit World would be able to see the sun that they haven't seen for a long time. Good, I just talked to your father and told him to prepare to move to the surface. The Island Spirit said. Senior, do you think that the poisonous rain will return again? When Chen Shang asked about this, he was extremely worried, and if he came back again, he would have to return to the Earth Spirit World. If no one reminded him that the poison rain had suddenly come, then many people would definitely die. I won't come again. If I can survive this trial, the heavenly Tao will no longer punish me. Even if I do, I will grow a lot by then. I won't be like before, sitting and waiting for death. Island Spirit said, believe me, when the time comes, I will definitely be able to protect the life on this island. Island Spirit knew that Chen Shang was extremely worried about his father, and now that the Island Spirit saw Chen Shang as his benefactor, he naturally had to take care of Chen Zhang's father. After experiencing the poison rain, Island Spirit also realized that he was too weak. He would definitely work hard to raise his own strength in the future to prevent the poison rain from coming again. Chen Shang nodded, then sat on the ground and leaned against a rock. He was currently very tired, and after several months of not resting, he had continuously released flames to burn the death poison on the island. Now, he could finally have a beautiful sleep. Chen Shang had slept for 3 days and 3 nights, but the moment he woke up, he smelt a faint fragrance from the flowers. He suddenly woke up and looked around him. How long have I been asleep? Chen Shang asked quickly. It's only been 3 days. Sha Bailing laughed, she had actually already left the Yuyao Mountain Villa. It's only been 3 days. Chen Shang immediately flew up to the sky and surveyed his surroundings from above. In the distance, there was a large river flowing in a zigzag fashion on this island. 3 days ago, the place had been scorched black. But now, there were mountains and rivers, blue skies and white clouds, and 100 beautiful flowers competing against each other. Chen Shang was shocked that he could recover to his current state so quickly. He had originally planned to rest on his own before using the creation god's spring to help recover, but Island Spirit did it so quickly. Quite a surprise. The Island Spirit's voice appeared in Chen Zhang's mind. His voice was no longer as aged as it was before, and it was filled with joy. This is too fast. Chen Shang took a deep breath, the fresh air had an intoxicating fragrance to it. This might be the reason why I'm being punished. This is simply a violation of the laws of nature. The Island Spirit sighed. It would truly be heaven-defying to be able to make this island grow large amounts of flowers, plants and trees so quickly. If those medicinal herbs could also grow like this, Chen Shang would feel afraid just thinking about it. Your father and the others will arrive soon. The Island Spirit chuckled. Next up, I will help him increase his strength, so that he can become a Tao sovereign faster, or even stronger. Chen Shang felt that this Island Spirit was as strong as the Tao sovereign, and Sha Bailing had mentioned before that this Island Spirit was very strong. Alright, then I'll leave it to you. I have a lot of things to do outside, so I can't stay here for too long. Chen Shang said, moreover, it's not easy to come here once. Indeed, once I'm strong enough, I won't be able to stabilize myself like I'm now jumping around. Island Spirit also knew about the chaos occurring on the island. Other than that, there was an extremely powerful barrier sealing them. Alright, my father has already taken over the Earth Spirit world from the new position, right? Chen Shang asked. Yes, they have all stabilized now, and I have also recovered my strength. If there were other outsiders like before, I could have stopped them from doing anything rash. The Island Spirit said. Then you can help me say goodbye to my father. I'm leaving, Chen Shang said. He also didn't really want to say his goodbyes to Shen Tianyu in front of him. The Island Spirit seemed to understand this human nature, and sighed, I got it, you have to be careful outside, you have so many miracles on you, it's hard to avoid people noticing you. If you encounter any danger, come in here, I will protect you no matter what. Alright, farewell. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he used the white tiger to jump and left the island. After entering the wasteland, he looked around and saw that the island had disappeared. Although the trace of the island was a bit strange, it was still a good place to go. Sister Bai Ling, what are your plans? Do you want to continue playing in the Hundreds of Flowers village or go back there? Chen Shang said, I'm going to the 3 Money Divine City now. I'll go back to the White Spirit City first to take a look. It'll be an easy task wherever I go anyway. Sha Bailing came out from Yuyao Mountain Villa. When he first went to the island and saw the death poison, it made Sha Bailing feel like he was back in the days when he was poisoned to death by the death poison. But when he recovered that island, it also eliminated the shadow that had been etched in her heart for many years. Alright, I will go to Hundreds of Flowers village to play from time to time. That is my second home. Sha Bailing giggled at Chen Shang and pinched Chen Zhang's face. I'm going, even if you're free, you should come to White Spirit City to play with me. Definitely. Chen Shang laughed. Sha Bailing hummed to the small tune that Yang Shangyan played frequently, jumping, and slowly disappeared from Chen Zhang's line of sight. If I had known, I would have let her take me back first. Chen Shang curled his lips and then could only head towards the three-money divine city himself. As long as they could find a city with 3 great native banks, they could be teleported to the three-money divine city through those native banks. This was very convenient. If he were to build 3 great native banks in the future, it would be much easier for him to return to the Heavenly Dragon City from the three-money divine city. After finding his own father, Chen Shang could finally put down the burden in his heart. Inside the three-money divine city, Chen Shang had returned to his villa. Before he left, he had told Huang Jintian to help him spread the news of the Shengdao Dan. Master, you didn't eat the Shengdao Dan, right? Chen Shang immediately asked when he saw Huang Jintian. Of course not, do I look like that kind of person? Huang Jintian chuckled, your Shengdao Dan is very famous in this city now. Oh, how did you do it? Chen Shang asked anxiously. On one hand, it's Zhang Xian this brat helping to spread the news. On the other hand, it's the Zhang clan helping, and then there's, and Xie Chaoyan, no matter what you need me to do for you, I have pretty much done it now. Huang Jintian said. Chapter 2504. You won't steal it yourself, will you? Chen Shang asked again, looking at Huang Jintian's current expression, no matter how you looked at it, it looked like he had eaten something. Absolutely not. I say, you brat, why don't you trust an old man like me that much? Huang Jintian said snappily, these few days, in order to help you spread the news, I've been going everywhere. Because of Chen Zhang's Shengdao Dan, he suddenly leveled up by a lot, and Zhang Xian stayed there all day and fought on the fighting stage. He won a lot of battles, so his reputation was very big, and now that Zhang Xian's cultivation had increased by so much, it was very useful for publicizing the Shengdao Dan. These days, Chen Shang did not really refine many Shengdao Dans, but Chu Hongqing, Feng Yuji and Xia Beiling who was in Yuyao Mountain Villa were refining around 1,000 of them. Feng Yuji had also eaten a lot of Shengdao Dan in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, and had long reached the 10th level of Dao Dan realm, causing Chu Hongqing to also step into the Dao Po realm. Master, how many jade money do you think can be sold for one pellet? Chen Shang asked. 30 million won't be a problem, but Zhang Xian told you to sell it for 50 million, and if no one buys it, then you can go down bit by bit. Huang Jintian said, this three-money divine city has many rich people, they have a lot of jade money, if they urgently need to use Shengdao Dan to help their own juniors raise their cultivation, they do not care about the number of jade money. Yes, Chen Shang nodded, it was already late, so he returned to his room. Feng Yuji also came out from Yuyao Mountain Villa. Sister Feng, did you miss me? Chen Shang hugged Feng Yuji and whispered into her ear, while also kissing Feng Yuji's cheeks. Little scoundrel, I just wanted to warm up with you. Feng Yuji pouted coquettishly. Then, she hugged and kissed Chen Shang before stepping onto the bed. After a carefree night, Chen Shang woke up very energetic the next morning. However, Feng Yuji woke up early in the morning and entered Yuyao Mountain Villa, together with Chu Hongqing and the others, to find something to eat. After Chen Shang finished eating, he came to Eternal Life Native Bank. He had come to find Eternal Life Native Bank's third master, Fan Shixin. After he had come to Eternal Life Native Bank, the shopkeeper had warmly welcomed him and brought him into the VIP hall, telling him to wait for Fan Shixin. The last time Fan Shixin met with him was not a small achievement, so when he heard that Chen Shang had arrived, he immediately came to see him. Villa Master Fan, how are the Heavenly Dragon City's 3 great native banks doing? Seeing Fan Shixin, Chen Shang anxiously asked, and did not bother to say any formalities. The higher-ups have already agreed to it, and have communicated with Long Jushao. The 3 great native banks have been constructed there, and before long, they will introduce jade money over there. Fan Shixin had a faint smile on his face. On the other hand, you have disappeared for such a long time. I went to look for you, but your master said that you're not here. You're not refining pills, are you? Of course not. Chen Shang shook his head. I'm not in the city at all. Your master is also a strange person. He seems to be from the undead divine race. Fan Shixin had been to Chen Zhang's villa and had also seen him. Yeah, but he's not that kind of bad guy. He's just crazy sometimes, but he's a lot better now. Chen Shang laughed. I know about that. There were originally 2 factions in undead divine race, but the moderate faction was relatively rare. Fan Shixin smiled and nodded. Oh right, I heard that you recently refined a kind of Shengdao Dan that can help your Dao Dan realm increase its realm quickly. Yes, Manor Lord Fan is interested. Chen Shang took out one and threw it over. I am indeed very interested, but I don't know if you can make it in bulk and sell it to us. Fan Shixin went to find Chen Shang just to discuss this matter. The price is fine. Earlier, Huang Jintian and Zhang Xian had spread the news everywhere, so he could guess that Chen Shang was planning to sell this pill. 50 million pills. Chen Shang said, Eternal Life Native Bank was the one who made jade money, he would not kill anyone if he didn't want to. It's a little expensive. Fan Shixin took a deep breath. How about 4,500 jade money? We will take all of them, and we will also resell them, and we will only earn a little bit of money. We have a little more Daodan realm in our 3 money divine city, so if we have a large number of these Sheng Daodan, it will be able to motivate more people to go and earn more jade money, which will also increase the overall strength of our city. Chen Shang thought, this was also good, he didn't need to sell it. I have 1,000. Chen Shang said, can you take all of them now? Quite a few. Fan Shixin exclaimed, he felt that what Chen Shang was afraid of was not his cultivation level, but his ability to refine pills. He guessed that Chen Shang must have grasped a method to quickly obtain medicinal ingredients, as this was also very heaven-defying. 45 billion jade money. Although Fan Shixin did not see Chen Zhang's Sheng Daodan, he took out a piece of jade and said, you can obtain the jade money from the 3 great native banks at any time. Chen Shang took out a jade case, handed it over, and then received the jade slip. The way to open the native bank is different. Fan Shixin laughed, you now have so many jade money, how do you plan to spend them? No matter how you look at them, they don't seem like you are lacking. Purchasing medicinal ingredients, buying pill formulas, this will allow me to concoct even more types of pills. Chen Shang said, your native bank will not collapse, right? I have so many jade money here. It definitely will not collapse. If our native bank were to collapse, this entire wasteland would be over for sure. Fan Shixin said, at the moment, undead divine race and that evil spirit race are still unable to threaten us. We are actually worried about the power that comes from other sources. Strength from other aspects. Chen Shang frowned, in what way? It's ancient and ancient. According to what I know, there are a few problems in the ancient wastelands, and the 3 great native banks on top have all been destroyed. Those ancient wastelands have powerful barriers too, and currently, none of us from the 3 great native banks are able to go in and investigate. Fan Shixin said, so we have to be prepared. The sudden appearance of the ancient desolation is definitely not a coincidence, it was all arranged by some mysterious power. Chen Shang knew that the spirit wasteland was stable now, but the upper echelons were also in turmoil. For example, Sha Bailing and the other 2 Dao sovereigns, cities would often face attacks from the beast race, and these were all instigated by mysterious powers. Manor Lord Fan, I would like to see what kind of problem has occurred in the ancient desolation. Chen Shang suddenly said, he had the white tiger's jump, he wanted to see if he can cross those enchantments. Profound Wasteland, Devil Wasteland, and Evil Wasteland. These 3 ancient wastelands have always been unable to enter, and this has always been the case for the mysterious divine wasteland. Fan Shixin said. Do you know the location? Chen Shang asked. I know, you need to go in. This is extremely dangerous. These 3 creatures from the ancient wastelands are all very savage. Fan Shixin said. Chapter 2505. Chen Shang really wanted to go to the ancient wastelands and have a look. He had been to the spirit wasteland before and felt that it was safer there, but there was still some accident where he was almost killed by the small tree fairy. I want to go in and take a look. Chen Shang said, can you tell me the specific location? It's really dangerous inside. Your current cultivation is still relatively low. Entering inside would cause trouble. Fan Shixin said as he furrowed his brows. He was indeed considering for Chen Shang. No problem. Chen Shang laughed. First, tell me where Profound Wasteland is, and then we'll talk about the things inside. I'll go take a look. Evil Wasteland and Devil Wasteland only heard the name and felt that it was very scary, so Chen Shang didn't plan to go right now. He was just rather interested in Profound Wasteland, and from the name, he knew that it wasn't as scary as Evil Wasteland and Devil Wasteland. Fine. Seeing that Chen Shang really wanted to go, Fan Shixin told him the location and repeatedly reminded him to be careful when entering the place. And right now, the people from the 3 great native banks were also unable to enter the Profound Wasteland, so Fan Shixin was not too worried about Chen Shang, who he felt was also unable to enter. When Chen Shang found out that the location of the Profound Wasteland was empty, he immediately went back to greet Huang Jintian. He also gave Huang Jintian over a dozen Sheng Daodans to let him see if he could enter the Daopo realm. He came to a large city in the northern wasteland, and there were a lot of people gathered there. Because the profound wasteland, one of the ancient desolations, appeared nearby, although it was still quite a distance away from the city, it was the only city near the profound wasteland. Once he was in the city, Chen Shang heard many people talking about the profound wasteland. The current situation was that no one could enter the profound wasteland. Many big shots from the big powers had tried. No matter what they did, they would not be able to break through the barrier and enter. And the three great native banks received more information than these people did. They knew that the three great native banks inside had already been destroyed by someone, so the ones who wanted to enter the place the most were the people from the three great native banks. Chen Shang quickly arrived at the side of profound wasteland. He heard that this place was originally a land of ice and snow, but profound wasteland's sudden appearance on this land of ice and snow allowed Chen Shang to see a lot of green mountains in front of him. Although it was a little cold, the inside of profound wasteland was not affected. The entire profound wasteland was extremely huge, appearing in the northern wasteland and covering more than half of the northern wasteland. It was said that many small cities were devoured by the profound wasteland, and they didn't know what was happening inside because no one could enter. Below Chen Zhang's feet was a sheet of ice and snow, and not far away was the green grass red flower, and inside was the profound wasteland. He was only 100 steps away from the profound wasteland, but the difference was like the sky and the earth. Chen Shang looked around. There were many people displaying their abilities, wanting to enter the profound wasteland to see what was going on, because the previous spirit wasteland, when he appeared, someone had found an extremely powerful heavenly artifact, so everyone felt that there might be more heavenly artifacts in the profound wasteland, and there might be even more heaven and earth treasures there. Everyone knew that the profound wasteland was bigger than the spirit wasteland. Ever since the appearance of the spirit wasteland, the story of the ancient desolation also spread. It was just that everyone did not understand why the ancient desolation would suddenly appear. Chen Shang also thought of one possibility. It was that the timelines of the ancient 8 desolations and the new 8 wastelands' era would fuse together, just like the timelines of the Star Law Divine Realms era and this era. During the day, many people were trying all sorts of methods. At night, there were also many people because some people felt that the barrier might become weaker at night. But still no one could get in. Chen Shang walked around the barrier, and after getting away from the crowd, he used the white tiger leap to jump, and easily entered the barrier. This made him secretly rejoice. The usefulness of the white tiger Dao mark was too great. After entering, Chen Shang tried again and was able to jump out. I thought I saw someone inside. Suddenly, Chen Shang heard someone speaking and immediately became a cloud of mist. The sky is so dark now, you must have seen wrongly. Where did these figures come from? The native banks and people of the 3 great native banks have all been destroyed, but the 3 great native banks were still unable to enter. They are the 3 most powerful forces in the entire wasteland, but there is nothing they can do about it. A person said. In the ancient 8 wastelands, the 3 great native banks had already existed, and they had also formed a very powerful force. However, the profound wasteland and the other 2 great desolate lands had all been destroyed, so something big must have happened inside. When Chen Shang entered, he immediately discovered that there were huge differences between the inside and the outside, especially the Dao Qi inside. Even though it was extremely dense, it contained a very peculiar kind of energy, and he did not know what that energy was either. How strange, I just absorbed it and it left my body soon after. What exactly is this energy? Chen Shang had just absorbed a very dense amount of Dao energy, and the special energy contained within circled around his body before leaving. Whatever, let's go inside and take a look. Right now, Chen Shang was also very curious about what was happening inside. He used teleportation, and each time he did so he would only teleport a distance away. Not long after, he arrived at a patch of grassland, and at this moment, he was already very far from the edge of profound wasteland. On the prairie, he saw a city. The city was surrounded by a tall black wall. This type of wall seemed very sturdy, and it also had a very unique aura. When he sensed the qi, Chen Shang felt that it was very familiar. Previously, when he absorbed Dao Qi, he had absorbed this kind of unique energy, and this was the qi that was contained within the Dao Qi. Don't tell me this kind of energy can be used. Chen Shang suddenly remembered about the enchantment outside the profound wasteland. He felt that the enchantment was probably because it had this kind of energy that no one was familiar with, which was why it was hard to break through. What kind of power is this, and what use is it? Chen Shang approached the city quietly. When he reached the city's gate, he saw a man dressed extravagantly standing there. In the middle of the night, this group of people were lined up in front of the city gate. Chen Shang walked over and asked an old man dressed in luxurious clothing, "Old sir, what are you doing here?" The old man looked at Chen Shang with a strange gaze. He had a surprised look on his face. "You don't know why you are here?" Just passing by," Chen Shang said. He suddenly remembered that this profound wasteland was a little special, if not it would not be called profound wasteland. He knew from Fan Shixin, the people in the profound wasteland were all very powerful, and the people here trained in a unique technique, which allowed them to obtain a very special power. Chapter 2506. Not only did the old man look at Chen Shang in shock, the people in front of the old man all heard Chen Zhang's words and turned their heads as well. They looked at Chen Shang with astonished eyes, causing him to feel uncomfortable. "We're queuing up here, so of course we're entering the city," the old man said. "It's already so late, why don't you go in during the day?" Chen Shang felt that it was weird to ask so many questions, so he continued to ask. "The city gates only open at night, because during the day, it's too dangerous." The elder sighed. "We're all from nearby cities. Those cities were all destroyed by that thing." Chen Shang immediately looked around. He never thought that such a thing would happen in profound wasteland. The city was being attacked by such a powerful being. "What is that thing?" Chen Shang asked again. "Black hair's human, we don't know why there would be such a thing. In short, many cities have been destroyed, and only cities like these that use profound Dao power to set up enchantments haven't been destroyed." The old man sighed. "Black hair's human like that usually don't come at night, so we always come at night to line up." Chen Shang finally understood that the energy in the spirit Dao Qi here was originally called the profound Dao power. When he thought about it again, he felt that it was extremely inconceivable that it had such a unique power. "Then why isn't the door open?" Chen Shang asked again. "Because the people inside are discussing whether to let us in or not," the old man said, "and entering also requires conditions. Not just anyone can enter." Chen Shang now understood why these people dressed so decently. They were here to seek shelter in this city. Most of them belonged to the Dao Po realm, and there were even people at the 10th stage of the Dao Po realm. However, they still had to enter the city to seek shelter, which showed how dangerous it was outside. "If they don't open their doors by day soon, we will have no choice but to hide. If we are unlucky and are found by the black hair's human, we will die for sure." Fear was written all over the elder's face. Chen Shang looked at the other people, and when he heard the two words black hair's human, their faces were filled with fear, showing just how terrifying black hair's human was. Chen Shang also patted the old man's back, waiting for the city to open up. He wanted to enter and learn more about the situation. "Old grandfather, where are the three great native banks? Aren't they very strong? They can't do anything to black hair's human?" Chen Shang asked. The old man shook his head. "None, they can't even protect themselves. Many of the native banks were destroyed, which is strange. Those black hair's humans all attacked with a purpose. I heard that when the black hair's human was about to erupt, the moment they entered the city, the first thing they did was to get rid of the three great native banks. So it's like that. This definitely was not by chance." He suspected that it might be some kind of punishment that deliberately weakened the strength of the three native banks. He and the old man were waiting in line. They asked the old man what the profound Dao power was. The old man said that it was a power unique to the profound wasteland, and they had trained together, but they did not expect it to be used to set up a formation. They did not know that the black hair's human was extremely afraid of this power. If their city had a barrier formed from this power, the city would not have fallen one by one. "How should I train? Why can't I absorb them?" Chen Shang asked again. "What exactly happened to you? No one in profound wasteland would not know of it. You couldn't have come from some other wasteland, right?" The old man's words once again caught the attention of many people. They knew that they could not leave profound wasteland now, and if they could, they would not be here. "I don't know, I woke up here." Chen Shang pretended to be stupid. He felt that if he told these people that he was from another world, there would definitely be trouble. "It seems like you went berserk during your training. Your brain must have broken down. How pitiful." The old man sighed. Cultivating profound Dao power requires fire, and most people absorb it into their body, then filter out the profound Dao power from the body, and then force the profound Dao power into a furnace. After being burned by the fire, it can transform into a type of golden mist, and when the time comes, it can be absorbed and cultivated. Chen Shang nodded, but at the same time, someone shouted, "Open the door." The door was open, but it was not. It was a very small door. Many people were very excited. They were all prepared to hide, but now the door was open. "Come one at a time. If you don't pass, you won't be able to enter the city." More than 10 people walked out from the small door. They were all very strong. "Not bad. After entering our city, you all have to protect our city, and the first thing you have to do is to join our team that is hunting black hairs human." A man said, "Don't worry, we know the weakness of the black hairs human. We will train you when the time comes." As long as he could enter, it was better than staying outside. "Let's test each person's cultivation. Those who pass will be able to enter," an old man said. Then, everyone lined up and began to test their cultivation. All of them placed their hands on top of a crystal ball. Once the crystal ball was lit up, they would be able to enter the city. Chen Shang observed for a while and felt that it wouldn't be too hard for everyone to make the crystal ball shine. After a while, Chen Shang suddenly heard a weak voice from the front, I am of the 10th stage of the Dao Dan realm, so I will enter very quickly." Quote. The person speaking was a young girl dressed in simple clothes. She looked to be around 13 to 14 years old, and she looked extremely pretty. Her pretty face was full of grievance, and she looked very pitiful. "No, the higher-ups have requested for us to not allow anyone below the Dao Po realm in." The old man was very cold as he pushed the girl to the side. "I have a jade money, let me in. I'll give you 1 billion jade money." The young girl grew anxious, and her delicate voice became slightly louder. "The 3 great native banks are already finished. What use do you have of jade money?" The old man sneered. The young girl was standing at the side, biting her lower lip. Her eyes were filled with tears, making her look very pitiful. However, no one was speaking up for her. They were all worried that they wouldn't be able to enter the city if they angered these people. The young lady did not leave, but continued to plead. If she did not enter, with her strength, she would definitely die outside. Furthermore, she was only in her teens and had no experience in surviving. At this moment, she was filled with fear of the outside world. This time, it was Chen Zhang's turn. He passed the test. "Can we let her in?" Chen Shang said to the old man, and pointed to the young lady who had tears all over her face. "No, say one more word and you won't be able to enter." The old man coldly snorted. This old man's cultivation was very high. Chen Shang guessed that he was from the Dao Shi realm, so no matter how angry Chen Shang was, he could not fight against him. "Then I'm not going in." Chen Shang also could not bear to see the girl alone outside. He walked over, held her hand, and gave up the chance to enter the city. "Little sister, I'll accompany you. Don't be afraid." Chen Shang lovingly wiped away the tears on the girl's beautiful face. Chapter 2507 C2507. C2507. The young girl was very moved by Chen Zhang's actions, and also shed a lot of tears. "Big brother, you should go in. This is a rare opportunity, don't waste it on me, you will die." The girl swallowed her saliva. "Both of us will die outside anyway. It's no use for you to accompany me. You should just go in. HMPH, he has no chance. The city is very crowded." The old man coldly snorted. Chen Shang held onto the girl's small hand and laughed. "Go, you won't die, believe me." The young girl was just a single person in her teens. She had been living in fear for the past few days, and being refused to enter the city was also very helpless. In order to accompany her, Chen Shang had given up the opportunity to enter the city. This moved her greatly, and at this moment, she also trusted Chen Shang a lot. Just a moment ago, many people heard Chen Shang asking many foolish questions, and thought that he was very ignorant, so they were not afraid. Chen Shang brought the young girl and left the city. On the way, he found out that the young girl was called Lin Qiqi, and was originally the granddaughter of the Lin family's patriarch, but their Lin family had all been killed by black hairs human. She escaped together with her parents. On the way, they met with bad luck, and even his parents sacrificed themselves to protect her. It's really not easy. After experiencing so much, Chen Shang let out a light sigh, as he caressed Lin Qiqi's face. "Don't cry anymore, I'll take care of you from now on." Thank you big brother." Lin Qiqi hugged onto Chen Zhang's arm. Right now, the sky was about to brighten, and she was becoming more and more afraid. In the past, it was only when the sky was dark that people began to feel afraid. But now, it was instead dawn that caused them to feel fear. Chen Shang said to Lin Qiqi, "Qiqi, you enter one of my spatial treasures first. There will be a few sisters who will play with you inside, this way you will be safer." Lin Qiqi listened to everything Chen Shang said. She was a weak little girl in the first place. Of course, she was at the 10th level of the Dao Dan realm at such a young age, which showed how strong and powerful the Lin family was previously. Furthermore, her aptitude must also be very good, just that she had never experienced such a thing since she was young. Chen Shang entered the profound wasteland in the middle of the night, so he had never seen that kind of black hairs human before. Feng Yuji, Chu Hongqing and Yang Shangyan, who were in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, knew what had happened to Lin Qiqi. Moreover, the Yuyao Mountain Villa was also very beautiful, and there were a few great beauties inside. Lin Qiqi's mood was much better now, but she was very worried about Chen Shang who was outside. "Qiqi, you don't have to worry about him. He's just curious about what the black hairs human looks like. If he really can't beat him, he would come in here." Feng Yuji caressed Lin Qiqi's face and chuckled. "Really, Big Brother can also come here to seek shelter. This is great." Lin Qiqi suddenly frowned. "Is this Big Brother's true space?" "Yes, what's wrong?" Chen Shang asked. "If Big Brother comes in, those black hairs human can also come in. Black hairs human is very powerful, they can enter into other people's real space." Lin Qiqi started to worry. She also had real space. There were people in the heavenly Dao realm. If the real space was not too strong, he could enter the real space on the spot, and any ripples would affect the real space in Divine Sense C. Chen Shang had thought it strange previously. Since everyone had the real space, wouldn't it be alright as long as they hid inside? That way, they could avoid being attacked by the black hairs human and come out again at night. So it turns out that black hairs human could enter someone else's real space. "So you're saying that once I enter my own Divine Sense C world, my own black hairs human can also follow me in?" Chen Shang asked. "Yes, a lot of people thought they would be able to take refuge, but they all died in the end." Lin Qiqi was very sad at the moment. She felt that she had implicated Chen Shang. "Don't worry, he has a lot of tricks up his sleeves." Chu Hongqing comforted Lin Qiqi. Lin Qiqi could only trust Chen Shang. Although Chen Shang had never seen the black hairs human before, he knew that the black hairs human must be very strong. If not, he would not have forced so many people into a corner, causing the entire Lin family to be completely destroyed and the 3 great native banks to be destroyed. In order to be safe, Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors, and used the large amount of Daoqi from the 6 realms mirrors. He also created an array formation that could absorb the Daoqi and refine the profound Dao power into a barrier. Now, Chen Shang sat on the 6 realms mirrors and activated the protection array, waiting for daybreak. "Looks like I have to find some time to go back to the Heavenly Dragon City and see if the Heavenly Magic Sword has been repaired." When Chen Shang had Heavenly Magic Sword S, hacking things up was the easiest. Right now, he could only use the fire sword marks to release fire swords to attack. The sky slowly brightened. Lin Qiqi could also see the situation outside from inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa. She could see Chen Shang sitting on something right now. Chen Shang rode on the 6 realms mirrors S and slowly flew while being vigilant of his surroundings. If there was any movement in the wind or grass, he would be able to notice it immediately. "Black hairs human, is he covered in black fur?" Chen Shang asked Lin Qiqi. "No, it's because they're covered in black fog. From a distance, it looks like they have black fur all over their bodies, so that's what we call them." Lin Qiqi said, "Big Brother, they are extremely fast, you have to be careful of them, they are usually in a group." Quote. "A group? How strong was he? What kind of power do you know how to use?" Chen Shang asked again. In an average group of black hairs human, there would be one who knew how to use the power of the spatial laws, and there are even 2 who specialize in destroying formations, attacking, killing, and defense. They work together very well. Each group has around 100 people, and can easily destroy an entire city. Lin Qiqi remembered, his voice was filled with fear. Chen Shang was also extremely surprised at this moment. He had thought that these black hairs human were all a group of barbaric fellows, but he never thought that they had such abilities. Furthermore, they had such teamwork, showing their high intelligence. "You here?" Chen Shang suddenly saw a black object in front of him. "It's the black hairs human. Big Brother, you have to be careful." Lin Qiqi shouted in alarm. Although she was inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa, she still felt fear when she saw him. Chen Shang had only just seen Black Hair's human appear in the distance, but he was already in front of him in the next moment. Just as Lin Qiqi had said, there were those in the Black Hair's human who knew how to use spatial energy, and they were very smart, using teleportation to move a group of Black Hair's human right in front of him. These Black Hair's humans' body were no different from a human's, only their faces were white and their eyes were closed. There was no expression on their faces, only a black aura emitting from their bodies. Chapter 2508. At this time, Chen Shang was surrounded by a group of Black Hair's human-s. Even though he was on top of the 6 realms mirrors and had many layers of protection arrays with him, he could still feel the powerful aura being released from the Black Hair's human's body, which made him feel a lot of pressure. In such a situation, Chen Shang immediately activated his 6 realms mirrors and used his spatial energy to teleport out of the encirclement of the Black Hair's human. At the same time, he also felt a wave of energy attacking him. Boom! His 6 realms mirrors had been attacked. The attack was extremely powerful, bringing along a scorching energy, as well as an extremely violent lightning energy. It was unleashed by several Black Hair's human-s at the same time. Even through the 6 realms mirrors' protective array formation, Chen Shang felt his entire body becoming hot and numb, and that berserk force penetrated through the 6 realms mirrors' array formation. Without the protection of the 6 realms mirrors, Chen Shang did not dare imagine the consequences. The Black Hair's human strength was extremely terrifying, and it had coordinated very well, so their reaction was very fast. The moment they sensed Chen Zhang's teleportation, Chen Zhang's position could be determined, and they could immediately attack fiercely in that direction. Chen Shang did not expect his opponent's attack to be so ferocious, but his reaction was also very fast. After teleporting a few times, he was already far away from the previous place. However, the Black Hair's human was still nearby and he could clearly feel the powerful auras of that group of Black Hair's human. He then teleported again and again. Currently, he did not dare to leave the 6 realms mirrors, as only the 6 realms mirrors could protect him. He felt that even if he hid himself, the Black Hair's human would notice him. What a terrifying fellow! This was the first time Chen Shang had met someone who was so difficult to deal with. Even when he had met those strong humans before, he had not escaped in such a miserable manner. Big brother, are you all right now? Lin Qiqi asked worriedly. It's nothing, I'm trying to escape, they're chasing me. Chen Shang replied with a solemn voice. Under the encirclement of so many Black Hair's human-s, Chen Shang was still able to escape. Lin Qiqi was already very impressed with Chen Shang, because most rankers would not be able to do it. Do they have any weaknesses? Chen Shang asked. There is, but I do not know. I heard that there are some people in some cities who are aware of the Black Hair's human's weakness, but they did not make it public. Lin Qiqi said. Currently, Chen Shang only knew that the profound Tao power had some effect on the Black Hair's human, because the formations released by the 6 realms mirrors had some profound Tao power. If not for the profound Tao power, he might have already been heavily injured. Looks like I need to hurry up and cultivate the profound Tao power. It seems like only with this kind of power can I deal with the Black Hair's human. Chen Shang had planned to use the Chuangshi God Furnace to release flames to burn the Black Hair's human, but it was too late. The Black Hair's human's attacks were extremely ferocious, so he could only use his time to escape. After he continuously teleported for more than 2 hours, the group of Black Hair's human-s were still in the vicinity. It could be seen that the Black Hair's human among them who used spatial energy was also very terrifying. Are we going to be chased by them? Chen Shang was a little anxious. If he could not get rid of these Black Hair's human, he did not know how long he would run. After considering it for a while, he decided to run towards the profound wasteland's enchantment. Since Black Hair's human did not appear on top of the new 8 wastelands, it should be because of the barrier, but those Black Hair's human were unable to break through it. Chen Shang was getting closer and closer to the barrier. It had only been more than 2 hours, but he had already arrived at the edge of the barrier and a group of Black Hair's human-s had also arrived. White Tiger Jump. When Chen Shang approached the barrier, he used the power of the White Tiger Tao Mark and left the profound wasteland, arriving at the outside ice ground. Black Hair's human was right next to the enchantment, unceasingly attacking Chen Shang, but their powers were unable to penetrate it, and Black Hair's human was also unable to break through the enchantment. This was exactly what Chen Shang had guessed before, that none of these Black Hair's human would be able to pass through the barrier. Chen Shang finally heaved a sigh of relief. If he was continuously chased for so long, he didn't know how long he would be able to last. These guys are too scary. Chen Shang had never been pursued by someone using teleportation, but the other party only had a black hairs human who knew how to use spatial power, while this black hairs human wanted to bring a large group of black hairs humans to teleport to chase after him. Lin Qiqi asked, "Are you alright?" Chen Shang nodded his head. "It's fine, do you want to see them?" Lin Qiqi shook his head. "I'm not looking, I'm scared." Chen Shang came to a nearby city, and entered the Three Money Divine City from the city's native bank, then was teleported to the Heavenly Dragon City from there. Lin Qiqi was already at the 10th level of the Dao Dan realm at the age of 10, so he was definitely a good sapling. He found LV Kilian and gave him to her, so of course LV Kilian would be happy to stay at the Hundreds of Flowers village. "I will stay here and refine pills. I feel that this new 8 wastelands is getting more and more restless," Feng Yuji said as he came out from the Yuyao Mountain Villa. "Indeed, we have to increase everyone's cultivation as soon as possible." Chen Shang nodded. When Chen Shang went to look for Long Jushao, he wanted to hurry up and obtain the heavenly magic sword. He felt that it should have some effect on those black hairs humans. "There are still a few more days before the repair will be completed, wait a little longer." Long Jushao chuckled, "Seeing that you're in such a hurry, have you encountered some powerful guy?" "Yes, I've encountered something really powerful." Chen Shang nodded, and then told Long Jushao about the matter of the black hairs human. "Senior Jushao, do you know what that is?" Chen Shang asked. "I don't know, but it's definitely not simple. Back in the ancient times, Profound Wasteland was one of the most powerful places in the ancient desolation, and now he's actually being made into such a miserable state by this kind of black hairs human. If Profound Wasteland's barrier is destroyed, wouldn't it be very troublesome for black hairs human to come to New 8 Wastelands?" Long Jushao's face became gloomy. "Can you condense a bit of profound Dao power for me?" Chen Zhang's 6 realms mirrors still had profound Dao power in it, so he took out the remaining profound Dao power and gave it to Long Jushao. "I will study it well." Long Jushao said, "I will analyze the form of this energy as soon as possible and then use it to set up an array formation. The array formations of Heavenly Dragon City and Hundreds of Flowers Village must be changed immediately." Long Jushao was very aware of the danger, because he had heard a lot of things from Chen Shang. This was because the 2 generations had fused together, causing many things to change quickly and shockingly. No one knew what would happen in the future. Chen Shang had made some important discoveries in the Profound Wasteland, so he immediately rushed to the Three Money Divine City to look for Fan Shixin. The 3 great native bankers were also very concerned about the things that happened in the Profound Wasteland. Chapter 2509. When Fan Shixin found out that Chen Shang had come to look for him, he felt it was somewhat funny. "What is it? Is it impossible to enter?" Fan Shixin laughed, but seeing Chen Zhang's ugly face, he did not laugh anymore. "I'm going in." Chen Shang took a deep breath. "The situation inside is not good. Your native bank has been destroyed, and the inside is filled with endless danger." "Are you kidding? Did you really go in?" "We have tried all the rankers in native bank, but none of them were able to break that barrier." Fan Shixin said in disbelief. "Really? I almost died inside." Chen Shang sighed. "Something called black hairs human has appeared inside." Chen Shang told Fan Shixin about the appearance and abilities of the black hairs human, and even created many images. He knew that Fan Shixin would definitely inform the higher-ups of the 3 great native bankers about this, and that the higher-ups of the 3 great native bankers might even know what it was. This is a very important matter. When Fan Shixin heard about the situation inside, his expression became serious. "I will tell the big boss and the others." "Can you go in again?" Fan Shixin asked again. "Of course, I want to take a look inside as well." Although Chen Shang was in a sorry state from being hunted, it was still considered to be safe. After getting his hands on the repaired heavenly magic sword, he planned to go in and try again to see if he could kill 1 or 2 black hairs humans to study. Of course, what he was more curious about was how exactly were these black hairs human born. Was there also a situation in the evil wasteland and above that caused the 3 great native bankers to be damaged? "Then, can you bring our men in to take a look?" Fan Shixin asked again. I can bring them in, but I'm worried that if I bring them in, they'll lose their lives." Chen Shang said. He currently did not know the exact strength of those black hairs humans, but they were definitely strong. If not, they would not have been destroyed. "You don't have to worry about that. We will send 9 elite warriors, each of us 3 native bankers." Fan Shixin said. "Come find me when you go, bring them with you." "All right." Chen Shang nodded. The experts sent by the three great native bank must be very strong. Chen Shang thought that nothing would happen at that time. Spirit Wasteland, White Spirit City. When Chen Shang arrived, she immediately teleported over. She actually knew that Chen Shang had entered her city. Little scoundrel, you came to play with me so quickly, did you miss me? Sha Bailing pinched Chen Zhang's face and laughed. Sister Bai Ling, I miss you so much every day. Of course, I came here this time to tell you something important. Chen Shang grabbed onto Sha Bailing's fair hands. He was a little serious at this moment, because when he thought about the black hairs human running out from the profound wasteland, he became extremely worried. Sha Bailing stuck his tongue out at Chen Shang, then immediately brought Chen Shang to teleport into her secret room. What is it? Sha Bailing asked. Chen Shang told Sha Bailing about the situation inside the profound wasteland. Although Sha Bailing was a little lacking, she was still a Dao sovereign and could be considered strong within the spirit wasteland, so he had to let her know. Sha Bailing frowned and said, this is not a good thing. Sister Bai Ling, you know about those black hairs human? Chen Shang asked anxiously. I know a little. Our master told us that these black hairs human were all, their names are natural law guardians. Sha Bailing's face became serious. Hearing these words, Chen Shang had a bad feeling. Obviously, those black hairs human were raised by the heavens, no wonder they were so terrifying. Was this caused by the heavenly Tao and was specially designed to be destroyed? Chen Shang asked. That's not true. My master said that a group of natural law guardians made some mistakes in their creation, so they were abandoned and sealed in the ancient wastelands. Because these natural law guardians are not easy to kill, if they were to kill them, they would have to pay a large price. Sha Bailing said. What price? Chen Shang said, isn't this created by the heavens? The heavenly Tao was so powerful, yet it could not be destroyed. You actually stayed behind to harm me. Quote. It was created by the heavens, but I heard that the earliest group of people asked the heavens to create it. When the heavens were created, they gave their management to them. After that group of people found out that there was a big problem with the natural law guardians, they sealed it. Because those people are not as strong as the natural law guardians, it would not be easy for them to destroy it, and they can only be sealed. Quote. Sha Bailing sighed. My master said, because those people asked the heavens to create those natural law guardians according to their description, and also because those people did not describe them meticulously enough, and there were many holes in their descriptions, and that group of people were afraid of angering the heavens, so they did not dare to let the heavenly Tao reclaim those natural law guardians. Who are those people? Chen Shang asked, but he seemed to have already guessed who it was. I don't know either. I only know that those people were originally in charge of controlling the heavenly Tao. My master said that he was once one of those people. Sha Bailing said, in the past, as long as they got an altar or something, like the heavenly Tao asking for something, they could all get it. For the sake of saving trouble, that group of people asked a group of natural law guardians. This bunch of bastards. Chen Shang could not help but scold. It's a good thing that the profound wasteland has a powerful barrier right now, but I don't know how long they can hold it off. If that group of black hairs human were to break through the barrier and come out, it would be dangerous for the new 8 wastelands. Yes, but I can't find those bastards anymore. Sha Bailing also scolded. Chen Shang felt that this group of people could very likely be the natural law divine spirits group. Although this group wasn't bad, they didn't have much ability, and were almost defeated by the undead divine race and his group. Right now, he did not know where the natural law divine spirit was either. I'm prepared to go in again after a period of time and check out the situation. This way, we'll be better prepared in the future and I'll need to bring the people from the 3 great native banks in as well. Chen Shang said. When are we leaving? I'll go too. You were already so dangerous the last time I went. I'm not at ease letting you go by yourself. Sha Bailing scoffed. Sister Bai Ling, you're so nice. You're so concerned about me. Chen Shang chuckled, then pulled Sha Bailing's little jade hand and rubbed it. Sha Bailing pulled back her hand and said coquettishly, you little scoundrel, you're trying to take advantage of me again. When exactly are you going to set off for Profound Wasteland? Quote. In a few days, Chen Shang said, are you busy here? It's still 10 years before you start your war with the beasts, don't you need to prepare? Quote. I am only responsible for refining the pills. The rest are for Shukong and Qingyong. Come find me before you set out again. I'll go tell this matter to Shukong and Qingyong, and let them be on their guard. Sha Bailing said. Chapter 2510. It would also be much more convenient for Chen Shang to go to the Heavenly Dragon City since the 3 great native banks had already been constructed there. Lin Qiqi, who he had just brought back, was doing very well inside. She no longer had to worry about it all the time. She was extremely grateful to Chen Shang and even said that she would need to serve Chen Shang for the rest of her life to repay him. After Chen Shang stayed in Hundreds of Flowers village for a few days to relax, Long Xuanru gave the heavenly magic sword to him. The heavenly magic sword was still the same. It looked like an ordinary iron sword, but it did not have a sword tip previously, but it had now been repaired. As Chen Shang held the heavenly magic sword, he also felt that there was something different. My dad said that the repaired heavenly magic sword will be sharper than before, and he has also improved a bit, so you will know when you use it in the future. Long Xuanru said. As long as it's sharp and sturdy. Chen Shang brandished it a few times, and laughed. It's best if it can cut through anything. Be careful when you go to that damned place. Long Xuanru said with great concern. Little scoundrel, do you want me to go with you? It's been a long time since I fought alongside you. Long Shui patted Chen Zhang's shoulder and laughed. These few days, she had been pestering Chen Shang every day, but Chen Shang was completely ravaged by her group of girls. No need, little naughty dragon is still too weak right now, we should wait for him to become a little stronger. Chen Shang curled his lips. HMPH, underestimating you. Just you wait. Long Shui was very unwilling to accept this. After Chen Shang obtained the heavenly magic sword, he immediately headed to the spirit wasteland to find Sha Bailing. I have already told this to Shu Kong and Qingyang, and they are already making preparations. Oh yeah, the two of them seem to have a way to defend against those black hairs human-s. Tell the Heavenly Dragon City's dragon to talk to them. Sha Bailing replied. They are very willing to help. The Heavenly Dragon City and the Hundreds of Flowers village had a very close relationship with Chen Shang. Shu Kong and Qingyang both admired Chen Shang a lot, and Chen Shang had also helped them before, so they were naturally willing to cooperate with other cities as well. I will inform them. Let's go, Chen Shang said. Sha Bailing entered the Yuyao Mountain Villa, and as soon as she entered, he played a song for her, while dancing. When Chen Shang arrived at the Three Money Divine City, he asked Tuong Jintian here to tell him to take a trip to either Qingyang City or the Void City, to find Qingyang about the matter of defending the Black Hairs human. After that, he went to find Fan Shixin. Manor Lord Fan, I'm preparing to set off. Where are your people? Seeing Fan Shixin coming into the hall, Chen Shang asked. They're all here. Fan Shixin took out a 9-story pagoda and smiled lightly. They are all inside. As long as you hold the pagoda and enter the barrier, they will come out. Oh right, don't put this pagoda into your spatial magic treasure. Quote. Well, is that really okay? Those black hairs human-s are very strong, and I heard that they are even what kind of natural law guardians they were back then. Chen Shang said. Oh, you know about the natural law guardians too? Who told you? Fan Shixin had just found out about it from the great landlord. A friend told me, Chen Shang said. Seems like it's true. There are a lot of natural law guardians in this group, we need to confirm about their situation. It was originally sealed in the Profound Wasteland S, Devil Wasteland S and Evil Wasteland S. Fan Shixin said, after these natural law guardians are awake, the 3 ancient barriers will activate on their own, preventing them from escaping. However, the humans inside the ancient barriers will be in trouble. Then are those barriers very strong? Chen Shang asked. They can't be sure either. All they know is that the barrier absorbs the power of the ancient desolate core to maintain its circulation. If the natural law guardians evolved to have intelligence similar to a human's, then they would definitely have a way to break it with their current strength. Fan Shixin said. The current natural law guardians doesn't have intelligence. In their minds, there is only slaughter, and it is all daytime. At night, they will hide and rest. If they develop their own intelligence and have their own consciousness, then they will become a force that can move even at night and day. Quote. Chen Shang was most worried about this. If he really ran out, this new 8 wastelands would definitely be in trouble. Chen Shang took the golden pagoda and went to the side of Profound Wasteland. He only went in when it was night. Just like last time, he used the White Tiger's jump and easily entered the Profound Wasteland. After entering, the golden tower suddenly flashed and 9 golden-robed men appeared. We'll meet here in 10 days. If you don't see us in 10 days, then you don't need to wait for us. It means that we're dead, so you can just bring the pagoda back. One of the golden-robed men said to Chen Shang, and after that, The 9 of them turned into 9 rays of light and ran off in 9 different directions. Chen Shang didn't even have time to speak to them before they disappeared. Sister Bai Ling, Chen Shang shouted. Sha Bailing also came out from the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors and then sat on it with Sha Bailing. Those 9 fellows from earlier all possess Dao sect's cultivation. They can be considered very powerful. They are indeed worthy of being one of the 3 great native banks. Only they are willing to send those 9 Dao sect members to their deaths. Sha Bailing said. After the Dao sect, it should be the Dao Doom. After the Dao Doom, it should be the Dao Sovereign. The Dao Zong realm is so strong, you actually went to die. Chen Shang frowned. Could it be that we are still unable to deal with the 9 of them? If the 9 of them are together, then it would be alright, but they are separated. From the looks of it, they are heading towards the native bank to investigate, and they definitely have a map on them, so they know where all the native banks are located. Sha Bailing said. Chen Shang then began to urge the 6 realms mirrors to use the profound Dao power to lay down the array, enveloping the outside of the 6 realms mirrors. This time, he used more array formations, layer after layer, to protect the 6 realms mirrors. Go deeper in and see their city. Those cities definitely have ways to deal with the black hairs human. Sha Bailing said, didn't you go to a city last time? Well, but I don't want to go anymore, and Kiki said it's not just the city, there's something else. Chen Shang said, since it's still night time, we should quickly find another city. Lin Qiqi told Chu Hongqing a lot of things in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, including the location of other cities. Chu Hongqing and Yang Shangyan also remembered it. Chen Shang would start searching for those cities according to what they told him. He first went to the city he came to last time, then teleported using this city's location, according to the direction that Qiqi told him to teleport to. In the middle of the night, Chen Shang finally found a city. This city also had a tall and thick black city wall, its city gate tightly shut. This city had a barrier, but to Chen Shang, it was nothing. He just jumped in with a white tiger, while Sha Bailing stayed inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Entering the city, Chen Shang noticed that a lot of people were gathered at a big plaza, and in front of the plaza, there was a tall platform. There were actually tied up over 10 black hairs humans. The powerful black hairs human was actually caught. Chapter 2511. Chen Shang had previously seen the might of the black hairs human, but the black hairs human before him had actually been tied up to act as an example to the public. He began to suspect that these black hairs human were captured because they were weak, but when he walked closer, he could feel an angry yet powerful aura being emitted from the black hairs human's body. Although these black hairs human were tied up and sealed inside the array, the power within their bodies was not weak at all. Feeling that strong aura, Chen Shang was a little worried that these black hairs human would come out. This must be captured by Squad 7. A spectating old man exclaimed. How amazing! The other teams are only going to bring the corpses back, but they managed to capture them alive. That's right, capturing these guys alive really requires a lot of strength, and there's even more than 10 of them. I heard that even Squad 7 only has 8 people. Team 7 is undoubtedly the strongest team. We can relax now that these teams are so powerful. At this time, Chen Shang also understood that this city had small teams that specialized in killing black hairs human. These small teams were definitely very strong, and they also received very good treatment. The people from this city are really powerful. They are much stronger than the previous city, but they are actually able to catch this kind of thing alive. The reason they are doing this is to appease people. Chen Shang said. I wonder how strong those black hairs humans are. Sha Bailing said, if it's just 10 guys like you, I can handle them. Really? Chen Shang anxiously asked. If you can get me a corpse, that's enough. I really want to see the structure of these guys. These 10 fellows should have just been caught. It was currently night time. Didn't they say that this fellow didn't have any offensive ability at night? Of course it's easy to catch. Sha Bailing said, the 7th group must have groped their way over at night to capture these fellows. Chen Shang nodded. That's possible. Sure enough, it was just as Sha Bailing had said. The 7th group did indeed go and capture these black hairs humans at night, and at this moment, Chen Shang heard someone talking about this matter. The city lord is here. Someone suddenly shouted. City lord was an old man. He walked in front of the 10 black hairs humans and said loudly, everyone knows that these 10 fellows were captured alive by our 7th squad. Although they are moving at night, according to what the captain of the 7th squad said, these guys' fighting capabilities are also very powerful at night. It's almost no different from the day, only they won't take the initiative at night, and their vigilance and perception will decrease a little at night. However, once we attack them, they will also retaliate fiercely, and our 7th team will be able to catch them through sneak attacks. This will allow us to understand more about these black hairs humans. It is possible to kill them at night, which means, we cannot sit still and wait for death, we need to retaliate. Chen Shang had already known from Lin Qiqi that black hairs human only appeared in the profound wasteland a few years ago, and it was growing. Everyone's understanding of the black hairs human was also very limited. Now, our 10 teams are ready to recruit people. If you're interested, you can go to the City Lord's mansion to register, undergo the assessment, and then join the team. After training, you will be able to follow our excellent team and not kill the black hairs human. Quote. This city looked pretty good as well. They were prepared to fight back and kill the black hairs human. Chen Shang only looked around. He obviously did not plan to sign up, because it was extremely dangerous. Furthermore, he was an unlucky person in the city. He had used the white tiger jump to enter, and if he found out, he was afraid that he would be kicked out. Are you sure you're not going? Sha Bailing thought that Chen Shang had gone back. I don't want to go, it's too dangerous. What kind of natural law guardians are those? The 3 great native banks were so powerful, yet they were killed, not to mention the people who took refuge in this city. Chen Shang said, these black hairs human are definitely not that simple. If they are able to evolve their intelligence and act at night, then they will be in danger. Quote. Black hairs humans' fighting strength was also very strong at night, but they were not vigilant. It was only because when they created it, they were given the order to rest during the night. Chen Shang was interested in the black hairs human, but he just wanted to get some corpses to look at, so as to not fight face to face with these black hairs humans. Last time he was besieged, he felt a shadow in his heart. Sister Bai Ling, where do you think these black hairs human would hide? Then how did Squad 7 find it? Chen Shang asked. How about we go out at night and see if we can find black hairs human? Go in a bit, and carefully observe these black hairs humans. Sha Bailing said. Chen Shang squeezed to the front and carefully observed black hairs human. Black hairs human's skin was all white, but it was not the kind of white that looked good. It was just like a dead person, without any life in them, but only on their skin, while their bodies emitted a strong life force. In addition, they were constantly releasing a black aura. If one looked from afar, they would see that they looked like people with wild, unruly hair. They were not wearing any clothes, and their bodies were covered in a black aura like a black bear. It's all very strange, I can't sense the elemental energy in their bodies. Sha Bailing said, but there are still traces of water vapor outside of them. Since their skin can do this, they should be immersed in water often. Don't tell me they were in the water at night. Chen Shang said in shock. That should be it. Go out of the city and see where there is a river or lake nearby. Sha Bailing said. Chen Shang observed with his Dao heart eye, and saw that the hearts of the black hairs humans were covered with a ball of golden light. It was hard for him to tell what kind of power the black hairs humans used, but it looked like they were all using the same type of power, making it hard to tell them apart. I can only capture one to take a look. Chen Shang could only look for it himself, although there was one right in front of him. Chen Shang quietly left the city, still using the white tiger's jump to run out. It was impossible to leave through the city gate. Once he was outside the city, Chen Shang started using the Dao Heart Eye to check the distribution of the Dao Qi. It was very easy to see where the water type Qi was, but if there was a large distribution in the area, he would head towards a certain direction. Soon, he found the direction. After teleporting for a moment, he found a very quiet lake. The lake was very large, and the end couldn't be seen. On the lakeside, there were many deep footprints, as if a burly man had stepped on them. Chen Shang also felt the aura of the black hairs human, and he started to get nervous. Chapter 2512. It was currently late at night, and the stars and moon in the sky were covered by thick clouds. The quiet lake was very dark, and from time to time, a cold wind would blow across the lake. Chen Shang stood at the side of the lake and looked at the huge lake. He felt a strange chill, and used Dao Heart Eye to float in the sky to look down. Ah! Chen Shang could not help but exclaim softly. At the same time, he took a deep breath of cool air, because this was simply too scary. These golden specks of light were the hearts of the black hairs human, meaning that there were countless black hairs human under the lake. If there were only 10 or so of them, Chen Shang had planned to have Sha Bailing kill them and study them. But with so many black hairs humans down there, and he didn't know how strong they were as a whole. He didn't dare act rashly. Little scoundrel, what did you see? Sha Bailing, who was inside the Yuyao mountain villa, could also feel a bit of the black hair's human's aura. Seeing that Chen Shang had not moved even after such a long time and did not say a word, she knew that Chen Shang must have seen an incredible thing. Sister Bai Ling, we should leave this place as soon as possible. With that said, Chen Shang teleported away and left the lake. What's going on? Sha Bailing asked anxiously. Below the lake are those black hairs human. I estimate that there are at least a few 100,000 of them. When Chen Shang thought about it, he could not help but feel chills down his spine. Furthermore, there is a relatively big thing down there. Just now when he was floating in the air, he could only see a portion of the lake, but it was already a few 100,000. If it was the entire lake, millions of black hairs human would definitely have it. Other than this, he also saw a relatively large heart. Previously, when he was in the city using the Dao Heart Eye to look at the black hairs humans that were captured alive, he could already see the golden heart of the black hairs human. This was also how he estimated the number of black hairs humans below the lake, but just now, he saw a relatively large heart. He didn't know what it was. It looks like this natural law guardians is not only filled with humans, there must be other beasts as well. I wonder how strong those beasts are. Chen Shang replied, that lake is like a hornet's nest. Could it be that the natural law guardians has not awakened? Sha Bailing frowned. In that case, it's best not to disturb them. I never thought that there would be so many of these. I wonder how many of these things were created in the past. Chen Shang nodded. He continued to search for places with water. Since the 3 profound wastelands have been sealed, there must be a lot of them. Sha Bailing said, it is very possible that it is just a natural law guardians below the lake that was disturbed, which is why a small portion of them escaped. There should be a large portion of them that have yet to awaken. Sister Bai Ling, is there any Dao sovereign with a cultivation level like yours in Profound Wasteland? Chen Shang asked. Definitely. Sha Bailing also knew the meaning behind Chen Zhang's words. Seems like even the existence of Dao sovereigns are unable to stop the black hairs human, and could even be killed by the black hairs human. Chen Shang found a small pond and discovered that there were 6 spots of light below. There should be 6 black hairs humans. Sister Bai Ling, we should be able to make a move now. There are only 6 of them. Chen Shang said to Sha Bailing. Alright, I'll go now. When Sha Bailing came out of the Yuyao mountain villa, he looked at the lake below him. After taking a deep breath, he released his spatial energy to sense the bottom of the lake, and very quickly, he could sense the black hairs human below him. They are all very strong. These are all at least Dao Shi realm. Sha Bailing was shocked. Seems like they are just small fries. Little Jun is already that terrifying. Chen Zhang's mouth twitched. It's all because those people were too lazy back then. I only asked the heavens to create these guys to help them manage the world. I never would have thought that such a mistake actually happened. Sha Bailing snorted, then used the power of space to teleport all of the black hairs human out from under the pool, at the same time slicing all of their limbs. Black hairs human didn't die, it was only that his 4 limbs were separated by the space. Now that he had gained the ability, black hairs human was very angry, and his body released waves after waves of berserk energy. Chen Shang used the Dao Heart Eye at the side, and discovered that the golden heart in black hairs human's body had instantly changed color, and used powers of different attributes. Sha Bailing did not expect the black hairs human to struggle so much. She rushed forward and smashed the heads of the black hairs humans with her palm, smashing them into the divine sense CS. He shouldn't be able to resist anymore. Sha Bailing said. These fellows' hearts are all very strange, they can transform Dao energy into different attributes. Chen Shang said, then took out the heavenly magic sword and dissected it. He pulled out a heart that looked like it was made of gold. This is something created by the heavenly law. Of course, it's not simple. Sha Bailing watched on from the side as well. Unexpectedly, these black hairs humans did not bleed at all. Sha Bailing also took out a short sword. She wanted to take a look at a heart, but she had to struggle to cut open a black hairs human's chest. Your sword is truly not simple. Sha Bailing had easily taken out the heart when she first saw Chen Shang, but it was extremely difficult for her. It was only when Chen Shang saw how difficult it was that he realized the toughness of the black hairs human skin and flesh. Did you find anything? Sha Bailing asked. Right now, I only know that the heart is a bit special. Chen Shang took out the Six Realms mirrors, and then released a bit of profound Tao power from it to envelop a black hair's human's body, but there was no reaction. Weird, these fellows are unable to break the formation set up by the profound Tao power, they should be afraid of it. Chen Shang said, but there's no reaction right now. Try taking a look at the heart. The hearts of these black hair's humans are more important. Sha Bailing said. Chen Shang nodded his head. When he used the profound Tao power to pour into the golden heart of the black hair's human, he realized that the golden heart was trembling, and he continued to pour in. Boom. The golden heart had actually exploded. What's going on? Can't the heart absorb too much of this profound Tao power? Chen Shang said in pleasant surprise. Looks like this is the black hair's human's weakness. So you're saying that when killing black hair's human, the fastest way is to drive that profound Tao power into their hearts? Sha Bailing frowned. He looked at the golden heart in his palm, which looked like a golden eagle, glowing with a gold light. It should be like this. Chen Shang nodded. Looks like we need to think of a way to cultivate this profound Tao power. Sha Bailing said, with so many black hair's human, it's hard to say what will happen in the future. Chen Shang continued to study black hair's human's corpse and heart. He felt that there must be some other secret. Chapter 2513. Chen Shang used the Tao Heart Eye, as well as his own unique method to sense the structure within the black hair's human's body. Seeing Chen Zhang's forehead filled with sweat, Sha Bailing knew that Chen Shang was studying it very carefully. Did you find anything? Rest first. Although you are only sitting here, I can see that you have consumed quite a bit. Sha Bailing helped Chen Shang wipe his sweat. Yes, there are some major discoveries. Chen Shang frowned. It's very strange, there are many these tiny particles in the heart of these black hair's human. Chen Shang spread out his palms, which were filled with golden granules, like thin sand. What is this? Was it made in the heart? Sha Bailing also felt that this was unbelievable. Yes, Chen Shang said, I feel that each grain contains profound Tao power. Oh, how much does a grain contain? Sha Bailing very carefully took out a small grain. These granules are the most terrifying part. Many of the hearts that we just detonated did not explode. Look around, many of them were scattered. Chen Shang said. Sha Bailing walked around in a circle, releasing some light, and sure enough, he saw a lot of shiny little golden particles on the ground. Those particles didn't explode. If all of them exploded, I might have sustained serious injuries. Chen Shang couldn't help but feel some lingering fear. Then, he took out a bit of profound Tao power from the Six Realms mirrors and injected it into a small grain. Bang! There was actually a very strong explosion. Sure enough, Chen Shang took a deep breath. These hearts are too dangerous. Luckily you didn't manage to get much profound Tao power just now. Sha Bailing was surprised. These fellows are clearly training in profound Tao power, but why are they so afraid of it? For it to explode the moment it touches. Sha Bailing did not understand. I don't know either. It might have been a weakness left behind by the heavenly Tao when it created them. They can use the powerful profound Tao power, but they are also afraid of the profound Tao power, especially the area of the heart. Chen Shang said. Then do we have any way to cultivate the profound Tao power quickly? Sha Bailing asked again. Looks like we need to find some herbs to refine the pellet, this way we can quickly acquire the profound Tao power. That won't be necessary. I do have a way. Chen Shang said. We can learn these black hair's humanness and also cultivate a heart. How do I learn? Sha Bailing never thought that Chen Shang would have such an idea. She thought about it and didn't know how to realize it. If we want to cultivate profound Tao power, we will first have to absorb the Tao Qi here, which contains a tiny bit of profound Tao power, and this bit of profound Tao power will only go once inside our body, then run out. When we run out, we will need to guide it into the furnace to burn it, and only after the refinement will it be absorbed into our body, storing it in the divine sense sea. Chen Shang said. You told me this before, but if our alchemist were to cultivate, it would be much easier. Sha Bailing nodded his head, but even so, it's still rather slow, because we first have to absorb a lot of Tao Qi, and the profound Tao powers are very thin. Chen Shang nodded, so we need to cultivate a heart that can only absorb profound Tao power. This is the case for these black hair's humanness, and they even managed to cultivate out a special kind of tiny pellet that was specially used to store profound Tao powers inside the heart. Quote. How should I train? Sha Bailing thought for a while. She didn't think of this. Don't tell me we are going to change their heart to ours. I don't want to. Quote. Of course not, their heart of the profound way is naturally born, and it has a very serious flaw. Chen Shang said, we want to refine it ourselves, it requires a large amount of profound Tao power. It is equivalent to us putting our own hearts into a large amount of profound Tao power to soak, and refining them into the heart of the profound way. Quote, if it succeeds, with every beat of our heart, we will absorb a large amount of profound Tao power and condense it into tiny crystals by ourselves, just like these black hairs humans. Moreover, we won't have their fatal flaw. Will it work? Where are we going to find a large amount of profound Tao power to refine our hearts? Sha Bailing shook his head. This is too difficult. It's not difficult, let's go back to the city first. Chen Shang said, I already have a way. If I succeed, I'll let you try again, then let Hongqing and Shang Yin try again. Alright, I knew that you had a lot of evil ideas, I believe in you. Sha Bailing laughed, then entered Chen Zhang's Yuyao Mountain Villa. Chen Shang tidied up Black Hair's human's corpse and returned to the city. By the time he returned, the sky was almost bright. During the day, only this kind of city was safe. However, these cities were all extremely crowded. It was impossible for Chen Shang to even find a quiet place to stay, but they were all houses. I can only enter my own divine sense sea world. I wonder if I can succeed here. Chen Shang was helpless, he could only enter the Yuyao Mountain Villa. When he entered the city, he found out that many people had done the same thing, and when they rested, they had all been in his real divine sense sea world. However, there was one big drawback to this, and that was that the Tao Qi was absorbed extremely slowly. This city was already very crowded, and everyone was trying to absorb more Tao Qi in order to cultivate more profound Tao power, which resulted in the city's Tao Qi being extremely sparse. It's impossible to absorb them here. Chen Shang sighed helplessly, looks like I have to ask around to see if there are any medicinal herbs that can produce Tao Qi, and the Tao Qi contains profound Tao power. Only the Taoists in the fantasy world have a profound Tao power, perhaps there will be medicinal ingredients that can directly produce profound Tao power and can refine them into pills. Sha Bailing said, as long as we can find one, we can immediately start. There are a lot of plants that can be planted here. Sha Bailing had stayed in there for so long, how could he not know about Chen Zhang's creators well? That was a very scary and mysterious thing to her, and also the reason why she was so attached to Chen Shang. Alright, looks like it isn't what I expected. Chen Shang came out from the Yuyao Mountain Villa and asked around on the streets. After asking around for an entire day, he found that the ingredients were extremely valuable here. It was not like the time where he could go out to pick them, where going out now was equivalent to him stepping into a coffin. Hence, he did not sell them. These profound stones were stones that he had created using the profound Tao power. Chapter 2514. Although the profound wasteland was facing the threat of the black hairs human, as if they were in the apocalypse, the people in these cities were still divided into different ranks. And the most important part was that it was divided according to the hunting black hairs human. To be able to kill black hairs human meant that he had absolute strength. There, he would be respected and be able to enjoy abundant resources. For example, every month, they would have to pay a certain number of profound cultivation stones to the city lord's mansion. A portion of these profound cultivation stones were given to the warriors who were guarding the city, because these warriors could face death at any time. If the city was breached, these warriors would have to come out and defend, which was equivalent to paying a protection fee. At this time, Chen Shang was on the street and saw a few people from the city lord's mansion going to each other's houses to retrieve their Zondao stones. He didn't have to hand in too many Zondao stones every month. It was only 10, but he would be able to condense them in 10 days. As long as his family paid 10, it would be relatively easy. Chen Zhang's current profound Tao power was very weak, unlike these people who grew up here. He did not cultivate in the profound Tao power since young, thus he was unable to condense a profound stone. He had also seen these profound stones before, they were small round beads that contained pure profound Tao power. They were all for the small teams in the city to use, so they would be able to become stronger after using these profound stones. Now understood the weakness of the black hairs human. The black hairs human was extremely afraid of the profound Tao power. The more profound Tao power one could cultivate, the easier it would be to deal with the black hairs human. The experts of the cities here all knew this, and this was the reason why they could protect the city. How can I get a Zondao stone? Chen Shang was extremely anxious now. He had many jade money, but these jade money were like trash. Unless the 3 great native banks were newly constructed here, his jade money would not be of any use at all. Sell the Shungdao Dan. Not everyone in the profound wasteland has a Dao Po realm. Shungdao Dan are extremely useful, and there are more in the profound wasteland. Sha Bailing said, you, Hongqing, and I will refine them together. You will be able to refine many of them very quickly. I also have the same plan, but right now I have to find the medicinal ingredients that contain profound Dao Power S. I still don't know the price of those medicinal ingredients yet. Chen Shang replied, this way, I have confidence in myself. Chen Shang had already heard of the only place in the city that sold pills, but there weren't many of them. I wonder if he's selling anything now. I'll go take a look first. Chen Shang said, he already knew that this city would not have any medicinal herbs to sell, and now that there was such a shortage of medicinal herbs, the pill shop did not have any, so even if there were, it would be first for the elite teams to use. If they were willing to sell it, its quality would definitely be of the very worst quality. This was in order to swindle more Zondao stones out of them. Chen Shang went to the place that sold medicinal ingredients. Usually, weapons were sold here, and this shop also had its own small team. Little brother, what do you want? The shopkeeper said with a kind smile. He was an old man dressed in an elegant manner. I would like to ask if you have any medicinal herbs for sale here. Chen Shang asked. This. Are you sure you want it? This is very expensive. The old man was stunned for a moment before he asked with a smile. How much? Chen Shang asked. Chu Hongqing and Sha Bailing had already refined 10 Shungdao Dan S. He felt that they could bargain at that time for each other's ingredients. All right. The old man was very polite. He took out a box and opened it. Inside was only a dried up yellow grass. What kind of medicinal herb is this? Chen Shang asked. Profound spirit grass. After eating, you can quickly obtain a lot of profound Dao Power S, which is equivalent to 3,000 profound stones. But now that you think about it, it has already withered a lot, so you only need 1,000 profound stones. The old man said. That's 1,000 Zondao stones. Chen Shang did not know what level 1,000 profound cultivation stones was, but he did not have it now, nor did he feel that it was too much. Little brother, this is extremely cheap. I estimate that the profound Dao power contained within this profound strength grass is at least equivalent to 1,203 profound stones. The old man asked, do you want it? Chen Shang thought for a moment, then took out a pellet and handed it over to the old man, asking, Innkeeper, do you recognize what pellet this is? The old man seemed to be knowledgeable. He accepted it and looked at it, then took a deep breath. This seems to be a Shungdao Dan. Sir, I'm impressed, but you actually recognize it. This is a pill that has been lost for a long time. When they were in Spirit Wasteland, only Sha Bailing and the others had them. I only learned about this from an ancient book. The smell of this pill is recorded in it. The old man exclaimed, where did you get this from? This is a secret. Do you think this pill can be exchanged for the profound strength grass in your hands? Chen Shang laughed and asked. Sha Bailing and Chu Hongqing both felt that Chen Shang was a little stingy. He could take someone's profound spirit grass with just one pellet, but they felt that he would need at least 8 or 10 of them. I need to consider this. The old man couldn't make up his mind. He was only the shopkeeper, and the shop wasn't his. Let's go to the inner hall first. I'll have a chat with the boss. He returned the Shungdao Dan to Chen Shang and also brought Chen Shang to an elegant small hall inside. Chen Shang sat there and waited. Not long later, the old man and a blue-robed middle-aged man arrived. You really have a Shungdao Dan? Quick, let me take a look. The blue-robed middle-aged man was obviously the boss. At this moment, he appeared somewhat excited. Chen Shang laughed and quickly took out the Shungdao Dan. Although I do not recognize Shungdao Dan, the quality of the pills here are quite good. The owner nodded. If I can confirm that this is a Shungdao Dan, I can trade with you. Oh, how do I confirm it? Chen Shang asked. The boss forced out a smile and said, the best way is to eat it directly, so it's not easy to prove it. Chen Shang said, I believe you, so I allow you to find a Dao Dan realm to test this pellet. The owner was shocked and asked, does that mean you have another pill? Chen Shang nodded. He felt that if he used it well, he would be able to sell it for a good price. Very quickly, he found a person, who looked to be in his teens, to be his son. Ah Lang, eat it, and then refine it. The boss told his son, if it really was a Shungdao Dan, he felt that he had struck it rich, because if his son could eat one, he could get another. After the owner's son consumed it, he sat cross-legged on the ground and refined the medicinal power. It didn't take long for him to finish refining it, and he also leveled up from the 3rd level of Dao Dan realm to the 4th level. This is a real Sheng Dao Dan, the boss said with a bit of excitement. Chen Shang laughed, then he and the owner successfully exchanged for the profound strength grass. The moment he obtained the profound strength grass, he immediately gave it to Sha Bailing, allowing her and Chu Hongqing to quickly soak it in the creation god's spring, so that the withered profound strength grass could be resurrected. Chapter 2515. After the deal was completed, the boss would still treat Chen Shang to a meal. Chen Shang did not reject, as he did not understand much in this place, and being able to build a good relationship with the boss was not bad. Boss Tai, do you have any other medicinal ingredients? Chen Shang asked. Most of these medicinal herbs have to have profound strength. Not at the moment, but I just found out that my team found a fresh one outside. If the price is generous, I can cut it off. Boss Tai chuckled, then lowered his voice. Brother Shen, are you an alchemist, and an outsider at that? Since the boss Tai was able to manage such a shop here, his strength was definitely not weak. Furthermore, he had a wide network of connections, and had experienced many things, so he was naturally able to see through Chen Zhang's identity as an alchemist. Chen Shang nodded. It's rare to see a young alchemist these days, and they can even refine such a legendary Sheng Dao Dan. Before Black Hair's human even appeared, the pill formulas for the Sheng Dao Dan have been circulating for a long time, but none of us here are able to refine one. Boss Tai took a sip of the wine and sighed, and you, the little demon, were actually able to refine it. Yes, I've been in closed-door training for a long time, and I became like this the moment I came out. Chen Shang sighed. Boss Tai, do you have a place to stay? I do not wish to stay in the real world to rest. Of course, I'll give it to you for free. The boss Tai chuckled. When the time comes, even if I have the medicinal ingredients, I can inform you in time, right? How many Sheng Dao Dan do you still have? Quote. The boss Tai knew that Chen Shang was a Dao Po realm and that the Dao Po realm couldn't be used by the Sheng Dao Dan, thus, Chen Shang definitely wouldn't leave it for her to use. I still have 5 pills left, and I still have some medicinal ingredients that I haven't refined yet. At the moment, I'm not sure how many Sheng Dao Dan those ingredients can produce. Quote. In this period of lack of medicinal pills, having 5 Sheng Dao Dan was pretty good. Boss Tai nodded. In 2 days, my elite group will return. If they can return, then they should be able to bring back fresh medicinal ingredients. Alright, I look forward to it too. Chen Shang laughed. If the quality of the ingredients is not bad, then I will have more motivation to refine the pills. Oh right, Brother Shen, are you someone from this city? I don't think I've heard of you before. Although this was the 2nd floor of his shop, he was extremely cautious. He could also tell that Chen Shang did not want to reveal that he was an alchemist. No, I snuck in here. Is there a problem? Chen Shang asked. The problem is quite big, but it doesn't matter. If you don't get caught, then it's fine, you can just stay here and don't run around. If you meet any city guards, they will ask you for your identity jade plate, and if you can't take it out, you will be thrown out. The boss Tai said. Ah, so strict. Chen Shang had thought that he just needed to sneak in. Of course it's strictly done, because the city has followed the rules of collecting Zondao stones every month and they all came according to the identity token. If they were in the city but did not pay any Zondao stones and were found out, they would be thrown out. You have to know, the city is very crowded, so they have to be strict with the rules. Boss Tai said in a serious tone, that's why you have to be careful when you go out. It's too dangerous, I was just strolling around outside. Chen Shang took a deep breath. Don't worry too much, I'll think of a way to get you an identity jade token so that you can be at ease and stay in this city. The boss Tai was a businessman. Chen Shang, who was young and had potential, was a treasure. Even if it did not bring him benefits, they could still befriend him first. Forget about the current period, even in the past, he would definitely try his best to form a relationship with these kinds of alchemists. Thank you, Boss Tai. Chen Shang cupped his hands across his chest and toasted with Boss Tai. It's hard to get an identity jade token, so you definitely won't be able to do it in a short period of time. I'll give you this first. Boss Tai took out 2 golden hearts. Normally, 4 or 5 black hairs human's heart would be required to exchange for an identity jade tablet. Boss Tai said, if it's the beginning, just a little bit of the profound way stone would be sufficient, but after the city gets crowded, the requirements are very high. Chen Shang received the Jin Shin of the two black hairs human S and asked, Boss Tai, what use do these Jin Shin S have? The main job of the warriors in the city is to kill the black hairs human, and to obtain these Jin Shin to maintain the operation of the array formation in the city. You have to understand that our city is often attacked by the black hairs human during the day. Su Yun said in a low voice. The Boss Tai said. So that's how it is. Chen Shang finally understood why the arrays in these cities could protect the black hairs human. After they finished eating, the Boss Tai brought Chen Shang to the small villa at the back of the store. He didn't think that there would be such a good place in this crowded city, which made Chen Shang feel that the position of the Boss Tai was out of the ordinary. Boss Tai, looks like you're quite capable, Chen Shang said while laughing. To be honest, City Lord is my father. The Boss Tai laughed. Is this true? Chen Shang was very surprised. Hee, anyone who has been here for a few years will know about this, so I was sure that you had snuck in. The Boss Tai laughed. You don't have to be surprised. Although my father's City Lord has quite a lot of power and strength, he has a tight grip on me. I was eyed like a tiger by many people in this courtyard. Boss Tai sighed. What, there are many powers in this city? Chen Shang was very curious about this. No matter what period it is in, it will always be there. As long as there is someone there, it will always be there. The Boss Tai said there are three main forces here. One of them is the City Lord's mansion, which is my father's faction, and the army of the God realm is next, mainly guards and the like. They have very strong powers, mainly to protect the city, and lastly, the Heart Hunt Squad, which is one of those small teams. They are mainly responsible for going out to hunt the black hairs human and obtain Jin Shin. I am being watched by the army of God right now. They want my small manor, but fortunately I managed to hold on. I don't know how long they will be able to hold on for. Chen Shang replied, your father actually doesn't want to help you. Boss Tai shook his head. This little villa was made by me back then, so it's my own matter. I'm too lazy to look for him. After all, if I look for his City Lord, other people would say that he's covering for his son or something. I don't want to ruin his reputation. Chen Shang patted his shoulder, and laughed. You really are a good son, at least you won't cheat. Boss Tai said with a wry smile, but right now, there are already many rumors and rumors. It was only my father who came out to help me and saved my little villa from suffering. Chapter 2516. When Chen Shang arrived at the city, he saw many crowded houses. The only thing he could see from there was a pretty little villa. It was truly a rare sight. The Boss Tai would definitely not want to let this place go. At this time, Chen Shang also obtained a spacious room, and there was a secret room for refining pills below the ground, which was extremely rare for him. Sister Bai Ling, Hongqing, how's the profound spirit grass? Can it concoct a pill? Chen Shang asked. That's fine, but I don't feel that it's enough. If only there was another medicinal ingredient, then it would be fine. Although this profound strength grass has a large amount of profound energy, the profound energy it condenses is not natural enough. It's a bit berserk, Sha Bailing said. Okay, we'll wait 2 more days. Chen Shang said, for the next 2 days, we will first refine a few more Shengdaodan. The Shengdaodan are still very useful here. Chen Shang had only used 2 Shengdaodan and he already received such a good treatment. 2 days later, Chen Shang and the other 2 had refined a total of 100 Shengdaodan pills, and Boss Tai had also come to find him excitedly. Brother Shen, my team is back. Boss Tai shouted. They have arrived at the city gate. It was currently night time, and the city would only open at night. Usually, teams would come back and open the city gates. Previously, when Chen Shang was eating with Boss Tai, he already knew that he had a small team of 10. This small team was raised up by him alone, and they were completely loyal to him. Every time a team returned, there would always be a lot of welcome, especially if they were able to return alive. Come, let's go to City Lord's mansion. The Boss Tai laughed. Why are we going to the City Lord's mansion? Aren't those teams coming back directly? Chen Shang asked. They will, but they will go to City Lord's mansion first, because some of them will be injured. Furthermore, the City Lord will receive them and help them wash their clothes. To this city, they are all existences similar to heroes. Boss Tai said, you have never been to City Lord's mansion, I will take you out. Boss Tai, I don't have an identity jade plate, this isn't appropriate, right? Chen Shang replied, didn't you tell me before that you don't want to wander around? It's more dangerous for you to be alone, but no one will dare to investigate you when you're with me. Boss Tai laughed. What's more, it's inside my father's city lord's mansion. Just like this, Chen Shang followed Boss Tai to the city lord's mansion. At this time, the city lord's mansion was brightly lit, the door was wide open and a red carpet covered the entire place. Several groups of people were lying on the red carpet, and amidst many cheers and praise, they walked into the city lord's mansion. Chen Shang saw these small squads from afar, and could feel the killing intent coming from them. Although they looked to be in a sorry state, no one dared to underestimate them because the killing intent coming from each and every one of them were fighting for their lives. Under everyone's gazes, these dozens of people entered the city lord's mansion. Let's go through the back door. After all, we aren't the type of people who would risk our lives. We aren't worthy of taking that road. The boss Tai laughed self-deprecatingly, then led Chen Shang into the city lord's mansion through the back door. Boss Tai, you were very nervous when you came, but now you have become so relaxed. Chen Shang was very curious about this. I'm worried that my squad will suffer heavy casualties. Just now, I saw that they were able to walk with their backs straightened, so I was relieved. I raised them myself, so they're equivalent to my disciples. I don't want to see them, the boss Tai said, then pointed to a round table in front of them. Our team is over there. I saw it. They're all men. Chen Shang laughed. Of course they're all men, but these days, it's very male to find a strong female warrior, and there's only one in Squad 7. That female warrior is indeed powerful, and she's also the captain of Squad 7. The boss Tai said. Oh, I remember there's no blood in black hair's human. Chen Shang frowned. Those are all little black hair's human s. Powerful black hair's human s have blood on them, and it's very red as well. Look at the people in those small teams, the ones with blood on them are all black hair's human s who have fought against strong ones. The boss Tai said. Chen Shang had already seen Squad 7. Just as he entered, he heard the loud name of Squad 7, which was that they had captured more than 10 black hair's human s alive. The Lionheart Holy Man from Heart's Hunt Squad is sitting at the table of the 7th squad. The boss Tai said, right now, Team 7 is the strongest team in the whole Heart Hunt Squad. Chen Shang was shocked, there was actually a Dao Sovereign here. Dao Sovereign, so powerful. Chen Shang exclaimed. Isn't that so? My father is also a Dao Sovereign and I am only in the Dao sect. I would not dare to charge into the Dao Doom right now. I will die, the boss Tai said. Many of those small groups of soldiers are either from the Dao Masters or the Dao Zong realm. Their overall strength is very strong. Boss Tai brought Chen Shang to his team's table. Brother Shen, this is our iron fighting team. Even though they are a private party and don't have a good ranking, they would almost always be able to bring some black-furred Jin Shin back alive. Then, he introduced the members of the iron fighting team to Chen Shang. The warriors in the iron fighting team were all fierce men, and were all much taller than Chen Shang. They looked very fierce, and all of them were very generous. Although they did not know who Chen Shang was, but they knew that he was Boss Tai's friend, they all poured wine for him. After returning from fighting outside, they should have rested and recovered from their injuries. However, these people were here eating, drinking, and boasting. It seemed like they were like this all the time. Chen Shang had been paying attention to the female party leader of the 7th group quietly this whole time. She looked very strong and had a good alcohol tolerance too. Even Chen Shang could not stand the strong alcohol and did not dare to drink too much. Tai Shang, your team members managed to get a sky profound golden ginseng. Our city's resources are so scarce, you should donate it. An old man chuckled. Boss Tai's name was Tai Shang. Chen Shang knew that the old man was the leader of some divine military academy. He was titled Divine Troop Dao Venerable and also had a cultivation base of Dao Sovereigns. There were 3 Dao Sovereigns in this city, and the city lord was a Dao Sovereign. Our team is working so hard. I must be thinking for them. Tai Shang smiled faintly. Oh, how do you want to split the ingredients? Why don't you sell them in exchange for a large amount of Zondao stones? Divine Troop Dao Venerable said, name your price. The Sky Profound Golden Ginseng was sold to Chen Shang, and Tai Shang had already agreed on it beforehand, so no matter what price the other party offered, he would not sell it. Not for sale. Tai Shang's tone was extremely resolute, and anyone could hear it. Chapter 2517. Before, Chen Shang did not know the value of Sky Profound Golden Ginseng, but in the end, it could be seen that the value of the Sky Profound Golden Ginseng was much higher than what he had imagined. Tai Yuntian, look at your son. How can he still care so much about his own personal interests at this time? Divine Troop Dao Venerable sighed, you can't blame him for this. I heard that he has a very beautiful little villa. Tai Yuntian was the city lord, which was also his father. It was obvious that the Divine Troop Dao Venerable wanted to make this kind of thing happen to him, because he understood his own son very well. Furthermore, his own son was a man with backbone, and had always been independent since he was young. Divine Troop Dao Venerable, Shang's iron fighting team is not weak either, and the sky profound golden ginseng was exchanged with their lives, so how they handle it is their business. I remember that the 3 squads under your command often get good things, and you have not yet shared it with everyone. Tai Yuntian chuckled, his laughter carrying a trace of ridicule. My little team serves this city. We all know the nature of Tai Shang's iron fighting team, and the reason why they went out specifically to find resources and then sell them off was for their own personal interests. The Divine Troop Dao Venerable said, of course, I am a reasonable person. Tai Shang always pays his profound cultivation stones on time, and his team also gets a lot of achievements. Every time they return, Jin Shin would hand it in. If that's the case, then why are you still spouting nonsense? If you want my sky profound golden ginseng, then just say so. Tai Shang stood up, and said angrily. Tai Shang's little villa was caused by the Divine Troop Dao Venerable, and it was almost gone. He had to pay a large sum of profound waste stones in order to protect it, so he had already long since held back his anger. Furthermore, he had drank quite a bit now, and was being pressured by the Divine Troop Dao Venerable to such an extent. Chen Shang never thought that the normally gentle and kind Tai Shang would actually have such an explosive side to him, and that his iron fighting team was indeed not bad. Seeing Tai Shang's anger, they all stood up, looking as if they were about to fight. Oh my god, you're truly Tai Yuntian's son, how dare you contradict me like that? Divine Troop Dao Venerable stood up and laughed. At this moment, everyone was very quiet. Other than Iron Fighting Team, the other teams here were mostly from Heart Hunting Academy and City Lord's Mansion. Divine Troop Dao Venerable's team wasn't here, they had the least people here. HMPH. I am quite selfish, but you are a greedy ghost. Don't think that I don't know what you are doing in the dark. Tai Shang scoffed, don't force me to fall out with you. If you want to hit me again, just wait for your ugly matter to be revealed to the public. Looks like you drank too much. Divine Troop Dao Venerable's face was full of smiles. I was just joking with you just now, I just didn't expect the usually heroic boss Tai Shang to not be able to make such a joke. Everyone was secretly shocked. Tai Shang seemed to have grasped some weakness of the Divine Troop Dao Venerable, if not, he would definitely not let things rest after he was rebuked by others. It could be seen that the Divine Troop Dao Venerable had secretly done many shameful things. Tai Shang was also much more clear-headed now. After he grunted, he sat down. Tai Yuntian did not say much, he did not seem to be worried about his son, but now, he could actually toast to the Divine Troop Dao Venerable. Boss Tai, I heard that a VIP came to your shop. I assume that this is the little brother that came with you. An armored man walked over with a bowl of wine in his hands. From his attire, one could tell that he was from the Divine Military Academy, and he was sitting at the same table as Divine Troop Dao Venerable. Tai Shang did not have an identity jade plate, so if he were to be found out, it would be extremely troublesome. Divine Troop Dao Venerable would definitely make a big fuss on this matter. He scolded himself for being careless. He had originally planned to have Iron Fighting Team leave behind some of his identity jade plates, but Iron Fighting Team had already handed them over to his father. He's a friend, and he doesn't have a lot of alcohol. Tai Shang said, you should be able to tell, so please return. Moreover, he doesn't like to talk to strangers, his personality is very eccentric. Yuan Tong, don't disturb him. Come back quickly, Divine Troop Dao Venerable shouted. That Yuan Tong ignored the Divine Troop Dao Venerable and continued to speak with a smile instead. I heard that this friend of yours exchanged the Shengdao Dan for a stalk of your profound strength grass. Your son Tai Lang, who is around 10 years old, just stepped into the 3rd level of the Dao Dan realm not long ago. Tai Shang scolded in his heart. This kind of thing actually spread out, and it was even known to his mortal enemies. Yuan Tong, your ears are really as good as a dog's nose. Not bad, it's true. Tai Shang admitted it, and everyone looked at Chen Shang. The people here were all elite warriors, although they did not know how to refine pills, they understood a lot about pills, especially the Shengdao Dan. Many alchemists were unable to concoct such pills, but the pill recipes were everywhere, and now someone could take them out, and it was even a handsome man. Your friend here looks unfamiliar. Does he have an identity jade token? Yuan Tong said with a smile. Nope, Chen Shang answered him immediately. Tai Shang did not know what to do. If Chen Shang was kicked out, it would be troublesome if he still wanted to bring Chen Shang back. Yuan Tong sighed and said, that's truly unfortunate. According to the rules of our city, you must leave immediately. I'm sorry, but you are really amazing. You do not have an identity token, yet you are actually sitting here. I am truly impressed. Chen Shang was very calm as he replied, I know a little about the rules of this city. I heard that as long as you have Jin Shin, you can exchange him for identity jade token, right? Yes, I need 5. Yuan Tong said. Isn't it 4? Tai Shang shouted. That's because he has already entered the city, so he has to hand in 1 more person. If he were to apply at the city gate, he would only need 4 more people. 5 black hairs human S is not easy to obtain. Even using profound stones would require a lot, and there are only 1 or 2 of your iron fighting team S who return at a time, and you even need to hand them over. Yuan Tong had already arrived beside Chen Shang and said, little brother, please leave our city immediately. Chen Shang said, I have 5 black hairs human S, I can stay here, I have disappointed you. As he spoke, he took out 5 Jin Shin S. Tai Shang had given him 2 previously, so he had already killed a few black hairs human S. Of the 5 Jin Shin S that Chen Shang had taken out, 2 of them were dim, and were slightly smaller, while the other 3 were slightly bigger and golden. They looked much better than the 2 beside them. Chapter 2518. The better Jin Shin was at black hairs human, the stronger he would be. The black hairs human that Sha Bailing had killed a few before, was already pretty good. The heart hunting team present all understood Jin Shin very well. Looking at the 3 very fresh Jin Shin S, they knew that they had just taken them out not long ago, and Chen Zhang's strength was merely at the Dao Po realm. It was impossible for him to kill 3 black hairs human S. Most importantly, even if it was the Iron Fighting Team S themselves, it would not be an easy feat to get a hold of these 3 Jin Shin S. However, everyone knew that the Iron Fighting Team had already handed them over just now. Now came the problem, how did Chen Zhang's Jin Shin come here? Where did you get your Jin Shin from? After Yuan Tong saw Chen Zhang's Jin Shin, he had a lot of questions. Tai Shang really wanted to know why Chen Shang suddenly took out so many Jin Shin S, which surprised him greatly. None of your business. I only have 5 Jin Shin S. Chen Shang laughed faintly, can you give me my identity jade token now? My name is Chen Shang. Quote. Tai Yuntian understood his son. Someone who could be considered a friend by his son was definitely not an ordinary person. Our city is very crowded right now, so the issuance of identity tokens requires the presence of all 3 of us. This is perfect. Tai Yuntian walked over with a smile, took the 5 Jin Shin S, and then gave Chen Shang an identity jade token. Yuan Tong originally thought that he could give Tai Shang a ruthless blow, but he didn't think that he would be the one to suffer such a setback. This little brother, where did your Jin Shin come from? This old one is very curious about this, can you tell me? The person speaking was an old man. He was sitting in the same seat as the 7th squad, the heart-hunting holy man. Chen Shang said, when I was outside, because I was lucky, I met a senior. She was the one who helped me kill him. The profound Dao power within these 3 Jin Shin S are very abundant and did not consume much energy. It can be seen that these 3 black hairs human S were not killed in an intense battle. The senior you met was at least a Dao sovereign. The one who spoke was a woman, and she was the only woman here, the captain of Squad 7. Her voice was cold, but very pleasant to hear. Even if it's a Dao sovereign, if he doesn't have any tricks up his sleeves, he would have to suffer a lot to deal with black hairs human of this level. Killing him quickly wouldn't be an easy task. The heart-hunting holy man nodded, indeed. Even I am not that easy to deal with. The senior you met was truly powerful. I wonder where he came from. I don't know where he came from. He was wearing a mask and so on, but I know how he killed them because I saw him bringing me to a pond. He said that at night, the black hairs human would always hide under the water. Chen Shang said. Chen Zhang's words caused the members of the 7th group to be slightly shocked, because this was a secret that they had just discovered. At night, the black hairs human will stay in the water. This is how we captured the black hairs human alive before. The female warrior said. Right, there's a lake nearby, right? You must not go, there are millions of black hairs human down there, if you wake them up, it will be troublesome. Chen Zhang's words made everyone inhale a breath of cold air. Is that true? How did you know? We've been to that lake a few times, but we haven't even been to the bottom. It's really too cold down there. A man asked. He was also from the 7th squad. That senior told me. Luckily you didn't go down, otherwise those black hairs human who have not awoken will be alarmed. I wonder when they will wake up. Chen Shang said. The 3 Dao sovereigns paid great attention to this matter. At this moment, they had also entered the house and were discussing this matter. Let's go back. We just came back from outside, so we must be very tired too. Tai Shang said before bringing Chen Shang and Iron Fighting Team back to his small villa. When the Iron Fighting Team went to rest, Tai Shang and Chen Shang were drinking tea in a secret room. Brother Shen, I really didn't expect you to have 3 Jin Shen-s. Tai Shang laughed. I almost threw it out just now. That guy looks down on people too much, hee hee. Chen Shang laughed. Big brother Tai, are you done exchanging these for your sky profound golden ginseng? Chen Shang passed over a jade box that contained over 20 Shengdao Dan-s. Good boy, you didn't say much before, but now so many have popped up all of a sudden. Tai Shang scolded and then handed over the golden ginseng that was giving off white chi to Chen Shang. I saw that Iron Fighting Team and the rest worked so hard, it was not easy to obtain this sky profound golden ginseng. Chen Shang laughed. These Shengdao Dan are enough to exchange for a lot of profound stones. That's for sure. Tai Shang laughed. There are many wealthy people here who wish for their children to grow up quickly. This Shengdao Dan is just for them. Oh right, Brother Shen, do you want these ingredients to be used to concoct pills? What kind of pills can you concoct? Tai Shang said. Our city only has that many alchemists, and many of them haven't cultivated pill refining for a long time, they don't have any medicinal ingredients. I don't know what kind of pill I can refine, but I can definitely cultivate profound Dao power quickly. Chen Shang said. The weakness of those black hairs humans is that they are afraid of profound Dao power that are cultivated by humans, furthermore, they explode when Jin Shin pokes them. You know that too, but it would be best not to poke around, Jin Shin is useful. Just cut off the head. Tai Shang said. The key to defeating the black hairs human is not cultivation, but the profound Dao power. If the profound Dao power is stronger, then the stronger it is, the more able it is to defend against the black hairs human's attacks. During battles, it is easier to not be afraid of the black hairs human's attacks. So that's how it is. Then doesn't that mean that the 7th team cultivates a very strong profound Dao power? Chen Shang asked. Yes, that's why it is much easier for them to fight black hairs human than it is for us. Tai Shang said. Of course, they themselves are going all out, that's why they are able to obtain more cultivation resources for themselves so that they can cultivate a dense profound Dao power. It's late, I'm going to rest now. Chen Shang said. He's in a hurry to refine pills, right? Tai Shang laughed. Chen Shang returned to his room and walked down into the secret underground room. What rank is the Sky's on golden ginseng? Chen Shang asked. It's only a high-grade king-level pill, not something that's too difficult to refine. It will be able to replicate a few very quickly, and at that time, we can start to refine them. Sha Bailing said. She already knew about the matters regarding Chen Zhang's purple pearls. Chen Zhang's methods of obtaining medicinal ingredients left her in a state of amazement. Alright, Chen Shang didn't have to wait long before he received a stock of profound energy grass and a sky profound golden ginseng, which he then started to refine. His goal was to cultivate a heart of the profound way, and that way he would be able to quickly absorb the profound Dao power within the profound wasteland. He did not need to go through a complicated process of refining flames, and he would be able to quickly obtain a large amount of profound Dao power. Chen Shang spent the entire night refining pills. At daybreak, he and Sha Bailing had always succeeded in refining a set of profound Dao King Dan-s. He could refine 5 profound Dao King Dan-s in one furnace and Sha Bailing would refine 1 less profound Dao King Dan than him. Chapter 2519. Not long after Chen Shang and her successfully refined it, Chu Hongqing was also able to successfully refine 3 pills. I wonder how effective it will be. Chen Shang said, I'll eat a few pills first to see what happens. Chen Shang immediately swallowed the 4 profound Dao King Dan-s that he had refined, and after eating it, the profound Dao power exploded in his stomach. He immediately started circulating his cultivation technique to stimulate the profound Dao power to attack his heart, controlling the profound Dao power to enter his heart. At this moment, his heart was being attacked from inside and outside the profound Dao power. Then, he used the method of refining pills and used the profound Dao power to refine his own heart. Following the continuous beating of his heart, the profound Tao power also rapidly decreased, being continuously refined into his heart, and changed it. Profound Tao King Dan are not enough, continue refining, you have to speed up. Chen Shang said. In just a moment, more than half of his profound Tao power had been used up. After that, Chen Shang ate the profound Tao King Dan as refined by Chu Hongqing and himself and entered into cultivation. He wanted to complete a heart of the profound way in one go. 4 hours had passed and Chen Shang had already used up all of his medicinal power, but he was still unable to successfully cultivate the heart of the profound way. It's still not enough. Chen Shang sighed. How many do you think you'll need? Sha Bailing asked. Around 50 pills, Chen Shang said. So many. Sha Bailing was a little surprised. However, if you're familiar with refining, this would also happen very quickly. Let's forge it together. Chen Shang said. Currently, Yang Shangyan was in charge of growing the medicinal herbs. Chen Shang, Chu Hongqing and Sha Bailing specialized in refining this profound Tao King Dan, and after familiarizing themselves with it, their refining speed had become faster and faster. Chen Shang closed up for an entire day and finally got 40 profound Tao King Dan. Tai Shang knew that Chen Shang was in closed-door cultivation, so he did not disturb her. Chen Shang gobbled down the profound Tao King Dan one by one and then began to cultivate. After a day had passed, he suddenly began to shout in a low voice. What's wrong? Sha Bailing, who was still concocting pills, heard this and asked immediately. It's nothing, I'm about to succeed, so my heart hurts. Chen Shang said, my heart is undergoing a transformation, and just as I had expected, I can refine a heart of the profound way. An hour later, Chen Shang let out a long sigh and wiped his sweat. I've finally succeeded. At this time, whenever his heart beat, he would automatically absorb a large amount of profound Tao power into his body. Of course, the biggest benefit of the heart of the profound way was not only the ability to absorb profound Tao power from between heaven and earth, but also the ability to quickly activate a large amount of profound Tao power and control it more freely. If I can cultivate this mysterious heart even better, then I'll be able to use it to convert my Tao energy into profound Tao power. Chen Shang said, looks like it's just focusing on cultivating the heart of the profound. There's no need to cultivate any sort of profound Tao power, there's no need to store the profound Tao power. That's pretty good. He should be able to cultivate his mind through training his heart. Sha Bailing laughed. If it's really possible, like bones, then I can transform Tao energy into become even more powerful. Chen Shang nodded his head. That's right, I have that intention. He looked at the white aura that had come out of his palm, and realized that it was an extremely pure profound Tao power. His current goal was to find a way to deal with the black hairs human, because there were a lot of people here, especially those who had yet to awaken. There were many lakes and seas in the profound wasteland. If there were black hairs humans below, the number of lakes and seas would far exceed his imagination. Chen Shang had refined 2 more batches of pills, and his refining speed was even faster now. He would be able to complete them in 4 hours, and furthermore, he had to control 2 pill furnaces at the same time. This made Sha Bailing extremely jealous. How did you refine it so fast? Sha Bailing scoffed, and I can even condense another pellet. Hee, you haven't even seen my pill refining when I tried my best. This is just a small matter. This is the result of my many years of cultivation. Chen Shang laughed. He was able to refine the pill to the maximum 3 levels, producing a very high-quality pill. When I'm free, I'll make a cauldron for you to see. Chen Shang had many excellent techniques that he had never shown others before. He walked out of his room and went into the little villa's garden. He found out that the 10 people from Iron Fighting Team and Tai Shang were all there, cultivating. Brother Shen, you've finally come out of seclusion. Tai Shang opened his eyes and said to Chen Shang. Sorry to bother you, Chen Shang said. Now that the Dao Qi is thinning out, we can only cultivate here because we have nothing better to do, so we don't really expect to be able to cultivate anything. Usually, we all go out at night to train, so our squad is free to go in and out. Tai Shang said. So it's like that. Chen Shang nodded, then said, Big brother Tai, how about you use the sky profound golden ginseng and the profound spirit grass to refine a kind of pellet? He refined it so quickly. It's only been a few days. Tai Shang said in shock. As he said that, Chen Shang took out 11 profound Tao King Dan-s. 11 of them, you can refine that many out of those 2 things. When Tai Shang saw Chen Shang take out the pill, he was shocked. The 10 warriors of Iron Fighting Team were the same. Don't worry about it so much, do you dare to eat it? Chen Shang laughed. Why wouldn't I dare? As Tai Shang said this, he picked up one pellet and placed it into his mouth to eat it. Everyone, take one and try it out. Chen Shang laughed. The people from Iron Fighting Team immediately came over. After they ate it, their reactions were the same as Tai Shang's. They clearly knew that this pellet was extremely pure and contained the same amount of profound stones they had absorbed. They would have to spend many nights outside to cultivate so many profound Dao Power S, and the pills here would allow them to obtain a lot in one go. A profound Dao Power of this level would at least cost 10,000 profound stones, no, at least 20,000. As Tai Shang refined it, he estimated the effects of the pellet. The alchemist is powerful. To be able to bring out such a great amount of value with those two things, if we were to exchange them for Zan Dao stones, it would only be 20 or 30,000 at most. A big fellow sighed. Chen Shang himself didn't know how strong the effects of this profound Dao King Dan was in the hearts of these people, because he didn't have the arduous experience of chasing after the profound Dao power. As for the people here, if they wanted to obtain the profound Dao power, they would have to take a risk and go out at night, or find a way to obtain a large amount of profound stones. But the pellet Chen Shang gave them right now contained a large amount of profound Dao Power S. If they could take one every day, they felt that it wouldn't be a problem to surpass 7th squad. Brother Shen, is there anything else? As the Dao sect was Tai Shang, he refined it the fastest. Not yet. Chen Shang smiled mysteriously. Tai Shang also laughed twice. He could guess that Chen Shang had a way to quickly grow those medicinal herbs, which was a great thing for him. This meant that his Iron Fighting Team would quickly become stronger. Chapter 2520. Although Chen Shang had already interacted with the Black Hare's human and conducted a simple research on it before, he still did not know much about it. After all, he needed some time. For example, he did not know how strong the Black Hare's human was, and there were many people here who were experienced enough to do it. Brother Tai, how strong are the Black Hare's human you've met so far? Chen Shang asked. Apical novel. At that time, it was said that a few small teams together could only kill this Black Hare's human, and more than 10 of them had died. Tai Shang said, I have never seen it myself, so I am not too sure either, but my father said, there must be a stronger Black Hare's human here. Right now, Chen Shang was worried that the Black Hare's human would break through the barrier of the profound wasteland and escape to the new 8 wastelands. At that time, the new 8 wastelands would definitely be killed by the Black Hare's human and his strength would not be as strong as the ancient 8 desolations. In the next few days, Chen Shang would be refining his way through. This kind of pill could help him cultivate the vigorous profound Dao power, and as long as he had enough profound Dao power, it would be able to stop him from having to struggle when facing the Black Hare's human. At that time, not only would he have to cultivate the vigorous profound Dao power, he would also need to get the warriors from both the Heavenly Dragon City and the Heavenly Dragon City. 10 days are almost up. It's time to find those 9 people. When he first came in, he had brought 9 strong practitioners from the 3 great native banks with him, and agreed to meet at that place for 10 days. Now that it was time, Chen Shang also quietly left the city. Using the White Tiger jump, he could easily escape from here. The last time he entered, it was at night, and this time they were meeting up at night as well. Chen Shang, with Sha Bailing's help, quickly arrived at that place. Here it is, Sha Bailing said. Strange, why did they not come? Could it be that they died? Let's wait first, Chen Shang said. I wonder how they are doing with the investigation. Those Black Hare's humans seem to be even more terrifying than I imagined. Yeah, just the number alone is enough to scare people. I wonder how many of these Black Hare's humans are hidden in the profound wasteland, Devil Wasteland and Evil Wasteland. Sha Bailing sighed. If these Black Hare's human come out, at that time, Spirit Wasteland will definitely suffer too. If I want to know how many there are, I can only go to that natural law Divine Spirit. This guy must know a lot about this matter. Chen Shang said, it's just that I don't know how to find them right now. Not long later, Chen Shang sensed a few extremely weak auras approaching. They were the people he brought in last time, but it was not 9 of them. Only 3. Chen Shang was a little surprised. Those 9 people were all strong, all of them were at Dao sect, but now only 3 had returned. There were only 3 of them, and they were all injured and looked very weak. What about them? Chen Shang asked. There's no need to wait for them, they're all dead. One of the men said. Chen Shang just sighed, then suddenly took out the golden pagoda and let the 3 men in. Originally, he wanted to ask them what they had found out, but seeing their injuries, he did not ask, because the three men needed to rest. After Chen Shang used the white tiger to jump out of the enchantment, he quickly rushed to Three Money Divine City and handed the golden pagoda over to Fan Shixin. Fan Shixin had obviously known that 6 people had died. Those black hairs human are very powerful. Chen Shang said, I wonder what they found out. That will only be known after they have recovered from their injuries. I will tell you about it when the time comes. Fan Shixin said. If not for Chen Shang being able to enter the profound wasteland, the 3 great native Bankas would not have known about the dangers that were hidden there. Now that they knew there was a black hairs human in there, they could make preparations earlier. Alright, I'll come back for you in a few days. Chen Shang said before heading to the Hundreds of Flowers village to pass the 2 types of medicinal herbs to LV Kilian to duplicate. After that, he went to find Feng Yuji and Xie Chaoyan to tell them about the method to refine the profound Tao, and also told them the method to cultivate Jin Shin. After doing all of this, Chen Shang headed towards the profound wasteland, returned to Tai Shang's little villa, and continued refining pills there. With Sha Bailing's spatial power, no matter how big the 8 wastelands were, he could still quickly travel through them. When Chen Shang returned, the sky was almost bright, and he coincidentally saw Tai Shang and Iron Fighting Team. Iron Fighting Team is preparing to set off. Tai Shang laughed, if I am able to obtain more precious medicinal ingredients next time, I will definitely give them to you. Be careful on your way. Chen Shang said to the Iron Fighting Team. Although Chen Zhang's cultivation level was a little low, the Iron Fighting Team respected him greatly, because Chen Shang was an alchemist. After they had eaten that piece of profound whey, they knew that Chen Zhang's level was very high. After that, Chen Shang and Fan Shixin sent Iron Fighting Team out of the city. It's almost dawn, wouldn't it be very dangerous to go out? Chen Shang asked. Don't worry, everyone should be in good spirits now. If you meet the black hairs human in the day, you will be able to immediately fight them in your best condition. Tai Shang said, right now, the warriors are all thinking about fighting. If we go out in the middle of the night and meet the black hairs human in the day, our fighting spirit would drop a lot. Oh right, how did your father react? Even the affairs of the black hairs humans are at the bottom of the lake. Chen Shang asked. The heart-hunting holy man has already set out. He will go to another city and tell the teams from the other cities not to go to that lake and cause trouble. Tai Shang said. Chen Shang immediately frowned, not good. Why, shouldn't it? Tai Shang saw Chen Zhang's expression changed and anxiously asked. It really shouldn't be. The people in the other cities definitely won't believe it. If they are suspicious and think that there is something good under the lake, then it will be troublesome. Chen Shang said, the best way is to temporarily keep it a secret and think of a good countermeasure. They should have considered this before. My dad and the others are all Dao sovereigns, so they should have a good way to discuss this with other cities. Tai Shang said. Let's hope so. Chen Shang sighed, but no matter what, we have to prepare to deal with the group of black hairs human in the lake. That's for sure, I just don't know what to do right now. Tai Shang sighed. Don't you have any more formidable formation masters? Chen Shang said. If there was a good array formation that could quickly gather the spirit energy of the spirit wasteland, it wouldn't be as thin as it is now. Originally, there was such a great array, but it was only maintained for about 2 years before it was scrapped. The main reason is that too much resources were used up, and it is too dangerous to go out and search for resources to maintain the array. Tai Shang said, I have an idea. Chen Shang laughed, it's just that I need to give it a try to know, I won't guarantee its success.